let's see. Suspect, suspected, suspense. Here we are. Suspense. The condition of mental uncertainty, usually accompanied by apprehension or anxiety. Fear of something which is about to occur as, do not keep me any longer in suspense.
For our story of suspense tonight, we invite you to enjoy The Devil in the Summerhouse by John Dixon Carr.
Somewhere along the Hudson, perhaps not far from Tarrytown, there is a modest house in its own grounds. Behind it, in a spacious garden, stands the Summerhouse of evil memory. More than 25 years ago, a man shot himself, or at least died, in that Summerhouse. They found Major Kenyon with a scorched bullet hole in his head and the weapon beside him. But we are in the present now. The latticed Summerhouse has grown heavy with vines, and only the other evening 2 men came into that garden at twilight, over the shaggy grass, as a storm was brewing along the Hudson. 2 men, the lawyer from New York.
Who's there?
And Captain Burke of the homicide squad.
My friend, easy. I was just trying to ask you the same thing.
My name is Parker. I'm an attorney. You're not Captain Burke.
Yeah, the very same, I know of it. I thought I recognized you, Mr. Parker. Must be something important to bring you so far from New York at this time of night.
I was in Tarrytown anyway. I thought there'd be a housekeeper here. I don't see any light.
You've got business in?
Yes, in a way. And you?
I don't know. I'll tell you better after you tell me what brought you to a place that no one has lived in for 10 years.
Tell me, Captain. Did you ever get an anonymous letter from a dead man? Did you?
No, I can't say I did. The letter's anonymous. How do you know the man's dead?
Because they're all dead. Every last one of them. Dead and under the ground, so they can't be hurt any longer. Look. There's the summer house where Jerry Kenyon used to work. There are the windows of the library and the dining room. Confound this lightning.
Makes the windows blaze, don't it?
Jerry Kenyon hadn't a care in the world. Yet he shot himself. I'll show you the letter.
Now, look, Mr. Parker, I couldn't read anything in this light. But if we can get inside the house...
Certainly we can get into the house. I was the family attorney. I've got the keys. Why should a dead person send me a letter?
Well, that's working, eh? But you got a flashlight, I see. Can't hear prepared for anything, eh?
This is the library. There were always candles on the mantel. Yes, there they are. Have you a match, Captain?
Yes, I'll light them.
That's better. Same old heavy furniture. Same old thick carpet. Same old clothes mat.
Mr. Parker, this letter that you were talking about.
Yeah. Read it.
Hey, wait a minute. This thing is dated November 2nd, 1918.
That's right, and be careful of that paper. You see how old it is? But it was mailed yesterday.
From where?
I don't remember. I didn't keep the envelope. Read it.
Dear Joe.
She didn't know it. I know Joe.
Dear Joe, if you want to know how Major Kenyon really died...
But we know how he died. It was suicide.
Are you sure it was? Whoever wrote this letter doesn't seem to think so. If you want to know how Major Kenyon really died, look in the third drawer of the desk in the library. Press hard at the back of the drawer. Yours well truly. Yes, that's time.
That's right.
Are you sure you don't know who wrote that letter?
This is the first time I've been back in this room, Captain. It was almost a home to me once. There's the chair where Isabel sat on the afternoon it happened. Isabel was Jerry Kenyon's wife, beautiful woman. There's the door that the maid let me in by that afternoon. You know, Captain, seems to me they're all here tonight.
Who?
We stand beneath the sounding laughter, and the walls around us are bare as they echo our peals of laughter. It seems that the dead are there.
Yet we stand to our glasses steady.
You know it?
I was in my school reader. How does the rest of it go?
Yet we stand to our glasses steady and drink to our comrades' eyes. Here's a glass to the dead already. Hurrah for the next bit. Excuse me, Captain. I don't know what's come over me talking that way. I was very fond of these people.
Are you going to look at the desk drawer?
This is a lot of nonsense.
Then why are you here, Mr. Parker?
Jerry Kenyon was always a happy man. At least that's what I always thought. Big, boisterous fellow.
Yeah?
He had a good position with Vitaton. The phonograph company.
Yeah, sure I know.
But he'd just been made a major in the army. 1917. There was a war on then, too, if you remember.
I remember. To make the world safe for democracy.
Old days. Old heartache. Old memories. I remember that blazing hot day in August when all the windows were up. I remember this room. And Isabel, that was Jerry's wife, sitting in that chair, knitting. I remember...
Yes, Kitty. What is it?
There's a man to see you, Miss Kenyon. He says his name's Parker.
Yes, I'm expecting him. Show him in, please.
All right, ma'am. So I take your knitting in your knitting bag?
Why should you take my knitting?
I don't know, Miss Kenyon. I just wondered. You can come in now.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Isabel. You sent for me?
Joe, I must apologize to Kitty. There's beginning to be a problem nowadays.
She was pretty enough to get along.
Oh, Kitty's got large ideas. She wants to go on the stage, if you please, and do imitations, like Miss Draper. She only knew how hard it was acting all your life.
Isabel, you've been crying.
I have not. At least...
Is that why you sent for me?
I missed you. You haven't been here in over a week, Joe.
I had an idea Jerry was getting a little tired of having me around this house.
Oh, no, Joe. Why, Jerry...
Yes, what about Jerry?
I wish I knew you, Joe. That's why I wanted you here.
Where is he, by the way? I want to say goodbye to him before he leaves.
He's probably out in the Summerhouse where he works with all those papers. He's got a lot of work to catch up with. He's going overseas tomorrow.
Yes, I know.
He's out there. He's been out there all day. His last days were... I've been alone.
That sounded like a shot.
Yes, it was a shot, Jerry. Dear.
Doesn't seem to worry you.
It's only Paul. Jerry's brother, Paul.
Oh. But you've gotten him off your hands for good.
Jerry asked him out. He got here 2 nights ago.
That doesn't make it any easier for you, does it?
Oh, I don't mind. Jerry's fixed him up with a pistol range in the cellar. Paul's a terribly bad shot. Not like the rest of us. You don't seem to like it, Joe. Shall I have Kitty go down and tell him?
No. It's terrible. As long as he keeps away.
Poor Joe.
But, about Jerry, who is it this time?
Joe, Jerry's been home 5 days on leave from camp. Well, never mind what camp. But he spent 4 evenings of those 5 with that Fisk woman.
Diane Fisk? The redhead with all the money?
Oh, she got money?
Yeah.
She must have some attraction then. Please understand me, Joe. It's not that I'm jealous any longer. It's just
No,
that...
of course not.
Jerry goes his way, and I go mine. I may not be without admirers myself, if it comes to that.
No idea how true that is, Isabel.
No, I was thinking about Jerry. He may not always be lucky. He may meet some girl who's not as broad-minded as I am. And then when he gives her the go-by... Paul must be getting really furious down in that cellar. He's not hitting anything.
He must be using a lot of ammunition.
Now, your trouble, Joe, is that you're too much of a gentleman. And if you really want to see Jerry, there he is now.
Where?
Just standing in the door of the Summerhouse. Look out the window.
It's finally bright out there.
Doesn't he look noble in his new uniform? Sam Brown belt and revolver and everything. Look how he turns around and waves his cap at us. Like a real soldier.
Real soldiers don't exactly wave their caps, do they?
He does. Jerry! Jerry!
Hello there.
Jerry, Joe Parker's here.
Who?
Joe Parker. He wants to see you.
Give him a drink or something. I'll jump in a minute.
Into the Summerhouse again. Not a care in the world,
Now,
Henry.
listen, Isabel, you've got to slow down. You'll be crying again in a minute. Come on over here and sit down.
Light hurts my eyes, that's all.
Well, and we'll just hold these blinds. You'll still be able to see. There, how's that?
It's better, thanks.
Now, can I get you anything?
Oh, no, you heard the Great White Chief's orders. I'm to get you something. What do you have, your highball?
Don't bother with that.
Oh, it's no bother. Everything's out in the dining room here. The Iceman didn't deliver today of all days, so I'm afraid I can't give you any ice. I read in the paper yesterday that we're likely to have automatic ice boxes any day now. Things that freeze ice by electricity or something. Do you believe that, Joe?
I doubt it. Listen, Isabel.
Here you are. Not cold at all. It's the best I could do.
Thank you. What I wanted to say was, couldn't you get that brother of yours to give up practicing now? Hasn't he done his good deed for the day?
Yes, maybe he has. I'll ring for Kitty.
You don't have to call me, Miss Kenyon. I'm here.
Oh, yes, Kitty. What is it?
It's only to tell you there's another visitor. This time it's a woman.
Lady, Kitty. Call her a lady, please.
No. Maybe. She says her name's Diane Fisk.
Kitty, tell the lady I'm not in.
Lady. She's a fine lady. I don't want her truth, my dear. I just want her truth. Anyway, it's too late, Miss Kenyon. She's coming down the hall now.
My dear Mrs. Kenyon. How do you do, Diane? This is a friend of ours, Miss Parker.
Now, I don't want to intrude, really. I don't. I wouldn't intrude for worlds, especially on a day like this. Isn't it awful? But your husband simply insisted, my dear Mrs. Kenyon. He simply wouldn't take no for an answer.
I'm sure he wouldn't.
Do you know what he's brought from his office as a surprise?
No.
A phonograph recording machine. He's going to let us use it.
So that we can all hear ourselves talk twice. How nice. Heaven's name, can't somebody stop that phone?
Don't fly off the handle. Take it easy now.
Kitty,
Yes, ma'am.
would you please go down the cellar and tell Mr. Kenyon's brother he's driving us all crazy. Tell him to stop.
Yes, ma'am. My dear Mrs. Kenyon, I do hope I haven't offended you in any way. I know I'm a silly little chatterbox. They say people who have red hair often are. Because at your age, you must find the heat very trying.
Don't you think we'd all better sit down? I was very much interested in what Miss Fisk said about our phonograph recording machine. Mrs. Kenyon was just talking about a machine to make ice.
Yes. Isn't science wonderful? But I do think it was mean of Major Kenyon to invite me out here and then go and fall asleep in the Summerhouse.
Did you say Fulton?
Yes, of course.
How did you know?
Well, I came up to that way and I saw him in the Summerhouse with his head forward on the table, taking a nice little snooze.
It's very queer.
Of course, you couldn't see much except in the bright light of the door, but I think I saw him there.
I didn't disturb him, naturally, but I think I'd better disturb him.
Oh, now, please don't trouble on my account.
The fact is, my dear, I don't altogether trust myself in this room. A woman of my age has to conserve her strength, you know. So if you'll just excuse me.
Well, of course, if you... Oh, dear, I just can't think what I'm always saying because I have the best intentions in the world, Mr. Barker, but...
Parker.
Yes, Parker, but I do somehow manage to offend people being so dependent and everything. Except the men, of course. I couldn't have been you, Mr. Parker. Now, could I?
Madam, I'm not sure.
Well, of course, the person I really came to see was Paul, Mr. Kenyon's brother. He's a little young, of course, but he's joining up next month, and I think we should all do our bit, don't you? He has such a pleasant personality. I think he likes me. Why, if he walked into that door this minute...
No, how am I ever going to get any place? Someone's always interrupting my revolver practice just when I'm getting to the point where I can... Oh.
Why, Paul.
Good Lord, are you here again?
You're a very untidy object, Paul.
It's pretty untidy in this cellar. And dirty. I've got cockroaches on me, so keep away.
Did you have a good day shooting?
Swell. One of the best.
Hit the target?
On the only shot that mattered, I hit the target dead center. That sounded like Isabel.
I think it was Isabel.
Why have you got those blinds down? Get them up. What is it? What's wrong with you? What are you looking at through that window?
That was 25 years ago, Captain Burke. We found Jerry Kenyon lying across the table in the Summerhouse. He'd shot himself through the head with his own revolver in the holster. It was lying on the floor beside him.
I see.
When Isabel found him, he'd been dead about half an hour.
The doctors proved that, did they?
Yes, that shot had been fired against his head. The front of his uniform cap was powder burned where the bullet entered.
There's no doubt about that.
Now, I'm not told. We never noticed the real shot
Because that young lad was shooting off guns like a maniac in the cellar.
Precisely. Now they're all dead. By accident, illness, they're all gone. Isabel Kenyon died less than a year afterwards. I think she died just because she was so fond of Jerry. I suppose you guessed my little secret.
Oh, I think I can sort of read between the lines. You were in love with Isabel Kenyon, weren't you?
Yes.
Well, these things happen.
I never let her see it, you understand?
Women know pretty generally.
So, they're gone. The youngest of them. And I'm left alone with old tunes, old ghosts, wondering why a fellow ever killed himself. Why? Why? And this morning, out of a clear sky, I get a letter saying, if you want to know how Major Kenyon really died, look in the third drawer of the desk in the library. But I tell you, we know how he died.
Well, aren't you going to do it?
Naturally. I've got a key somewhere here that fits the drawer.
Now, listen, Mr. Parker. In my father's country, in Ireland, they got a saying that when a man's going to commit suicide...
I thought of doing that, too.
Then the devil comes in and takes him by the hand and talks to him. They say you can see the devil as plain as I see you, just before you pull the trigger.
The devil must have been in the Summerhouse that afternoon.
Oh, no, he wasn't.
What do you mean?
Major Kenyon didn't kill himself. He was murdered.
My dear Captain Burke, the police covered all that at the time. Everybody had an alibi.
They did they?
Well, think of what I've told you. Isabel and I were together all the time. Paul, her brother, was shooting off guns in the cellar.
Yeah?
Diane Fisk?
Yeah, what about her?
Her chauffeur who drove her there swore he saw her walk straight up to the place. She passed the Summerhouse, but didn't stop there.
Well, that checks.
Even Kitty the maid could prove she'd never stirred out of the house until just a minute or so before Isabel went herself.
Oh, and why did the maid have to leave the house at all?
She was taking Jerry the black coffee he drank every afternoon. He'd already been dead half an hour then. And that, my dear Captain, disposes of everybody.
Well, now listen, Mr. Parker. You're a good guy, and I'm not going to hold out on you any longer. You see, I say Major Kenyon was murdered because I know he was murdered.
By an outsider?
By one of the people in the house.
That's impossible.
Is it? Well, why don't you open that desk drawer and see? What time is it?
It's 7:45.
7:45. And I haven't got much time.
Look what?
Holy St. Patrick, will you open that drawer?
If it's waited 25 years, my friend, it can wait a minute more. I've got the key somewhere in this bunch. Everything the same. Fallen over, altered what he inherited. Same old desk, same old phonograph. Same old. I think this is the key. Yeah. It opens. There's nothing here except one or two old newspapers. Everything very dirty.
The letter says to press hard at the back. Now, have you tried that?
Don't seem to. Yes, by George, it does work.
Well?
There seems to be a movable back on a hinge.
Well, what's inside?
Some sort of flat brown paper parcel sealed with wax. And about as dirty as it can get.
Open it, man. Open it.
I'm going to. It's a phonograph. It's a plain white label. Something on it written in pencil. I don't see too well nowadays without my glasses.
Here, give it to me. I'll read it to you.
Go on.
A record of how I killed Jerry Kenyon. Say, don't you get it, Mr. Parker? This is the real goods. The murderer's going to tell us his own story 25 years later.
Be careful. Whatever you do, don't drop it.
You seem to be interested enough now.
I don't say I'm not interested. I say I can't believe it.
You know, when you were talking about the dead coming back and that kind of thing, you sure started giving me goose pimples. But that's just what it is, a dead person. Now, there's the phonograph. Put that record on. Let's hear what the ghost says.
Any of them could have made the record, of course. The apparatus was all here.
Don't just stand there by the phonograph. Will it work?
Yes, it works.
Is it wound up?
Yes, it's wound up. Here it goes.
Now, look, Mr. Parker. Whose voice do you think it's going to be?
I don't know.
Now, I want to warn you. The voice you're going to hear from there...
Please, be quiet. Listen. I've started it up. Well, speak up. Who killed Jerry Kenyon?
I killed him, Joe, dear.
What's it about?
I'm sorry about it, Joe, but I had to have you for an alibi. And you were so terribly easy to
It's
fool.
only a phonograph record, man. Don't look at it as if it was alive.
You said you and I were always together, Joe, but that wasn't quite true. I left you to go into the dining room and mix a highball, remember?
Yes.
And I was carrying my big knitting bag. Remember that, too? And there was something else in it besides knitting. I'm an awfully good revolver shot, Joe. I told you we were all good except Paul. And the back windows of the dining room faced the same way as the back windows of the library.
Thank you.
Jerry was in the Summerhouse. I made a sign to him from the window, and he came to the door there. In bright sunlight, 50 feet away. Joe, don't you know what August heat is in a wooden summer house? Didn't anybody see that no man would be wearing a cap inside on a day like that? Jerry had taken his cap off before he went into the summer house. We saw him do it. He was bareheaded when he came to the door. So I lifted the revolver and shot him through the head. Then I dropped the gun back in my knitting bag and went back into the library with your drink.
Don't talk back to the thing, man. You'll drive me
There was something else
screwy.
in my knitting bag, too. I had to use it. It was a duplicate of Jerry's army camp with a powder-burned hole already fired through it in the place I wanted.
Very clever of you, Isabel. So I've been the ghost for 25 years.
I waited for some time and then slipped out to find the body. I fitted a new cap over Jerry's head in place where it ought to go. I put the old cap in my knitting bag. I took his revolver out of the holster and kept it. The gun that I'd used, I dropped on the floor beside him. So I proved it was suicide. You see?
You proved it to me.
Joe, listen, I'm very sick. They tell me I'm going to die.
You are dead.
Joe, I'm afraid. I'm going out in the dark, and I don't know what's there.
Don't go away, Isabel. Come
Joe,
on. Just for a minute.
Okay, Aunt, that's just about enough of this.
Joe, I want you to tell everybody about it. I want you to tell them how a poor, crazy woman couldn't stand that man any longer, and how...
Yeah. It's cut off and it's going to stay cut off.
Thank you. I've heard about enough, too. But you can't arrest her now, my friend. You can't arrest her now.
After hearing that, I'm not going to arrest anybody.
Tell me, Captain. Did you know what was on the record?
No. That's why I had to hear it. I knew about it, but I wasn't sure what it had to say. But so help me, I never guessed how hard it would hit you. Man, don't you get it even yet?
Yes, I get it.
Oh, no, you don't. You don't see anything. That was how the fake suicide was managed, yes. That's just how it was all done, bar one or two little things. Only
what?
Only it wasn't Isabel Kenyon who committed the murder.
Did I hear you correctly?
You did?
This is another one of your little jokes, I imagine. Can't you let me alone? Have you some kind of personal spite against me? What did I ever do?
You're going to hear the real truth now if I have to hold you down in that chair. I know Mrs. Kenyon didn't kill her husband because I've just come from talking to the real murderer up the river.
But they're all dead.
Oh, no, they're not. And I haven't got much time either. That clock's just going to strike 8.
What's the time got to do with it?
Deal if you'll follow me. Mrs. Kenyon died less than a year after her husband, didn't she?
Yes.
But it wasn't Mrs. Kenyon's voice you just heard in that record.
What?
I'm telling you, the real murderer hated her. Hated her like poison and wanted her blamed for the crime. When Mrs. Kenyon died, the real murderer wrote a letter.
Well?
But she never mailed that letter. She made a lying record of Isabel Kenyon's voice as evidence. Now you figure it out for yourself. Who was pretty enough to take Major Kenyon's eye and strike back like fury when she got thrown over? Who wanted to go on the stage and do impersonations?
Kitty, the maid.
Ah, you're talking sense.
She shot Jerry from the dining room window.
When she couldn't borrow Mrs. Kenyon's knitting bag, she went out to the Summerhouse with a gun and the fake cap wrapped a napkin on a coffee tray.
She did go out, I remember.
Actually, she got there before Mrs. Kenyon did. But the Summerhouse was dark inside, and Mrs. Kenyon never noticed her. The next day, Kitty wrote that letter, but she couldn't bring herself to send it. So she kept that letter till the day before yesterday. Then one of the boys at Sing Sing,
Wait a minute.
thinking he was doing her a kind action, put a stamp on it and mailed it.
Did you say Sing Sing?
Yes. They're electrocuting her tonight for the murder of an Italian down at Collier's Hook. I found out about the record, all right. But the one thing I wasn't sure of was that she had done the job alone. Now, frankly, the way you acted, I thought that you might have been in on it, too. Well, that's why I had to hear it, too. And it was anything but a joke. And now, here it goes to blazes forever. Eight o'clock. Now she's dead.
And so ends The Devil in the Summerhouse. Tonight's story of Suspense. The part of Mr. Parker was played by Martin Gable. Again next Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Wartime. A story dedicated to the thrill of the nighttime. The hushed voice and the prowling step. Another adventure in suspense. William Spears, the producer, John Deep, the director, and John Dixon Carr, the author, are collaborators on Suspense.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And now, tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, we bring you a transcribed story of a convict ship and a bargain that ended in death. We call it A Sleeping Draft. So now, starring Ben Wright with Abraham Sofair, here is tonight's suspense play, A Sleeping Draft.
That helps. But it's like I say, you can't forget. You can never forget. It's at night that you think about it, with the water outside rushing past the hull. That's when you think that it can never be the same. You can't trust anybody. Never. Not a soul. I can tell you. You just can't trust them. Not even yourself. What is it, mister?
Mr. Finch says he's ready to board, sir.
Oh, he is, eh? All right, I'm not stopping him.
Sir, he insists on bringing them aboard one at a time.
What? Does he think I'm going to miss the tide? There's over 400 of them that'll take hours.
That's what I said, sir.
Mr. Finch, come aboard if you please.
I'm sorry, sir.
I should have resigned. Stinking, filthy, poor devil cargo.
Everything high cockalorum, Captain?
No, everything is not high cockalorum. What in blazes do you mean ordering my mate about?
Oh, no offence intended, none taken, I hope.
I want those scurvy wretches aboard now. All of them. Put them below and we'll weigh anchor.
One at a time, sir. One at a time. We got to search them, you know.
Why didn't you do that before you took them out of jail?
Oh, you'll be surprised what those swine can pick up between jail and the docks. We got to search them one at a time. Oh, they're murdering devils, every last one of them, and that's a fact.
The convicts came aboard one by one. I watched them. They were going from London to a land they'd never seen. A colony had bought them. Australia. 400. The sweepings and scrapings sorted out from the muck of the jails, with Finch in charge of them. I've carried dirty cargoes. Dyewood, for instance, crawling with scorpions and spiders, not to mention snakes. Then there's cattle. But this... weeks and months at sea with a human cargo would as soon cut your throat as spit. What made it worse was I felt sorry for the poor beggars. I watched them come aboard until there were two left.
Name? Wilkes. Search him.
Hey, now, take your bleeding hands off me. I ain't got nothing. They just stole me last farthing.
Shut your jaw.
That's enough, Finch. I won't have the cat used on my ship. I got enough of it where they're going.
Oh, you are a trusting soul, you are, Captain. How'd you like that between your ribs, Captain? Touch of the cat's a lot better than letting this swine bring a knife aboard, eh? Take him below. I don't know how they do it. So help me, I don't know. You've got to watch him for them, right? Next!
Right.
Oh, here's a terror. Look at the size of him, eh? Dangerous swine. 3 murders in Australia. Escaped. He's in for it when he gets back. Name?
Abbey. Jonathan Abbey.
Abbey. Well, a gentleman in chains. I am sorry, your worship. Forgive us for daring to lay hands on your highness. I'm sure as how you've been wrongly accused.
That's enough, Finch.
Search him, take him below. I want Mr. Jonathan Abbey shackled. He's a prize, he is. We mustn't let anything happen to him.
From the day we left London docks, I'd taken a violent dislike to Finch. He seemed to be happiest when he was laying about him with his cat on the convicts herded like sheep below decks. He kept them quiet enough, but one night I decided to have it out with him in the cabin. I made it strong, I can tell you, so that even he could understand what I meant.
You all finished, Captain? All right. Now you hear me out. They're a bad lot. 400 of them. All bound for Australia. They don't want to go. You follow me? Now, there's that bloke, Abbey. Soon as we touch Sydney, the game's up for him. They'll hang him, sure.
That doesn't mean that you have the right to make life even worse for him here.
No. We find out where do you think we'll be. What would you do if you was down there? I'll tell you. You'd get hold of this ship, that's what you'd do, and it'd be easy.
They're locked in. We've got a guard.
You don't know them like I do. There's another thing. When I searched them, there was 1 to 5 sovereigns stowed away on every man, earned or stolen. That'll come to over £1,000 by my figures.
They're entitled to that money. It's little enough to take to a wild country.
It's truth. But there's them down there what would slit the gullet of any man for a shilling. And you asked me to be dainty with them. Ha!
That's the way he talked to me. And I can tell you that I didn't feel easy anymore. I did something I hadn't done for a long time. I broke out 2 pistols from ship's stores and kept them under my pillow. It was when we got round the Horn that the first convict died from scurvy. We had to put him over the side, of course, and there was a lot of grousing. I went down to the hold with Finch. It was hot and stinking.
Now, you let me talk to him, Captain. I'll put it to rights.
You tell him it couldn't be helped.
Now, don't you mind. I'll tell him.
Oi! Here comes old Bloody Pot.
Hey, Finch! Did you steal the clothes off the poor beggar's back before you threw him in?
Men! We ain't men, dearie. We're dogs, or haven't you heard?
Why didn't you wait to bury poor old Smithy in the ground instead of chucking him in the sea?
All right! All right.
We got another 2 or 3 weeks before we reach land, and I'll make a bargain with you. The next one what dies, now that it's getting nice and hot, I'll just leave him down here. You can take care of him and mourn him till we get to Australia. How's that? £5 you don't keep him for 3 days.
That's old Bloody Pot. Always a nose for business.
And if you ain't satisfied with that, I'll see that the hatch is closed down tight for the rest of the voyage. And you can boil for all of me.
That seemed to settle it for a time. I began to see that in spite of Finch's hardness with him, the prisoners knew he was master and behaved themselves. That is, most of them did. But there were others. And that's what began the trouble. We were 2 days out of the Cook Islands when it happened. Yes?
Captain, there's a man on deck. We brought him up from below. It's horrible.
What happened?
One of the convicts, sir.
Oh? Fight?
Yes, sir.
Here with me, Captain. Mr. Darling ain't much of a surgeon, I must say.
Oh, I did what I could. He must have been dead before we got him up here.
What? Why, he's been cut to pieces.
Not half, he ain't.
How did it happen?
Well, I heard him shout, and I went down into the hold, and there he was, propped up like against the bars with his arms through, holding them up.
Poor devil.
Oh, him? No, he's dead, he is. There's others in for it, though.
What do you mean?
How do you think he got cut up like that, eh? Knives, Captain, knives.
But you searched them before they boarded.
I did. In truth, I don't know how they done it. Small knives, Captain, small knives. We're getting close to Australia, that's what it is. Whoever's got them knives is after money. The £1,000 or more what's on this cursed ship.
I don't see how...
Oh, you are a trusting soul, you are, Captain. Maybe there's a dozen of them, maybe 20 with knives. You follow me? They'll run the others and rob them blind. Gold sovereigns, Captain. You didn't forget, did you? If anybody objects, cut him up into small pieces, just like this one.
We've got to go down there and put a stop to it.
Yes, I don't think. How many guns you got aboard?
Well, 2 pistols and 4 muskets.
That's a fat lot aboard. Oh, well, must take the sweet with the sour, like they say. We can try, no harm in that. Mark my words, Captain, before we get to Sydney, all of us will probably have our throats cut. Come on.
Finch and I, with 2 seamen, armed ourselves and went down into the hold and stood outside the bars. The men inside were quiet, very quiet. They just looked at us, dark like.
You man!
I'll talk to him. Now listen to me. We know some of you are carrying knives. I want you to throw them out here. Nothing further will be said about it if you do as I say. Well?
Captain, my porridge wasn't hot enough this morning. And please, sir, Can I have sugar in it tomorrow?
That ain't the way to talk to this scum.
The captain's a gentleman. I'm not. You know me, don't you? We know you all right. All right. You, Abby. You listen to me. I'm giving you till tomorrow morning to throw them knives out here. Till morning. If every blasted one ain't out of your dirty hands, I'm going to have you flogged. Every ruddy one of you. 50 lashes. Do you hear me, Mr. Abbey?
I'll think about it.
Till morning, and then 50 lashes. You think about that, Mr. Abbey.
Good morning, Captain dear, and Mr. Finch.
You filthy scum. Where's them knives?
Where they'll do the most good.
All right. I've given you a chance. I've played fair now.
Mr. Finch, sir, may I have a word with you?
Come to your senses, ain't you?
Bend closer to the bars, 'cause what I got to say, I got to whisper.
Well, what is it? What is it?
It goes like this.
Hundred lashes, Wilkes. I'll take you first and handle the cat myself.
Oh, no, sir. Why not take him first? He won't feel it like I will.
The crowd of men parted suddenly, and from out of them was pushed what had once been a man. It fell against the bars, and then, no longer with the support of living arms, slid to the deck. We looked at him, Finch and me. His life had been worth a sovereign, maybe two. He hadn't either now. And the knives were still in the hold with them that had killed him.
You are listening to A Sleeping Draft, tonight's presentation on radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
With omniscience as rare a faculty as it is, most listeners like to be sure that their sources of information are reliably accurate. And that, in a nutshell, explains why so many listeners make it a point to learn what is happening in the world from members of the CBS News staff. Keep tuned to CBS Radio throughout the day and evening, and you'll keep in the know on local, domestic, and international affairs.
And now we bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Mr. Ben Wright and Mr. Abraham Sofair, starring in tonight's production, A Sleeping Draft, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Sees it. We got to have a council of war, in a manner of speaking, Captain.
I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Finch. There'll be no more flogging.
Oh, I can see you are a sharper, you are. Now, that's right. That's right. It's too dangerous. We ain't armed for it, and they're in a nasty mood. We got to be artful, same as they.
I wish we could spill the old lot of them overboard.
Want to lose your contract for carrying? Not bloody likely. Listen here. I'll get them knives. How? It's Abby. Abby's behind this. He tells them what's what. You get him out, and the others will come round. You mark my words.
Are you going into the hole to get him?
Well, not yet. Not yet. Wouldn't be safe now. Not for nobody to go in there. But in 4 or 5 days, Captain, after we cut off their water and food, seal the hatch, you see what happens.
They die.
Well, they'll die from the knives, then. Which do you want? They'll be begging you to take the ruddy knives in 3 days.
And if they don't?
We tell them to hand over Abby to us, that he's the one to blame for their misfortune. That'll do it.
All right. If that's the only way, I'll give the order.
Yeah, but not just yet, Captain. Not just yet. We'll let them sit down there and wonder, huh? Wonder what we're going to do about it. Some of them may get nervous. We let them wander a bit.
I didn't see Finch the rest of the day. The barometer had fallen suddenly, and with it came a storm. I can tell you I had my hands full for the next 24 hours. There was no time to worry about what was going on in the hold of the ship, but I didn't think they'd have much stomach for knifing each other and killing. Next morning at breakfast, Finch didn't turn up. He didn't turn up at all. We searched the whole ship. And then I went down into the hold, and that's where he was. And he hadn't died quickly. Someone had held him against the bars, and the others had... He hadn't died quickly.
Present for you, Captain.
Who did this?
Who did it?
I wouldn't waste sleep mourning him, Captain. He was a bully. No better than us, except that he was outside.
Abby, I thought you were shackled.
I was, but Mr. Finch kindly supplied the key to unfasten me.
Oh, you're going to pay for this.
All of you!
Where are those knives?
In here, Captain. Want to come in and get them?
You pay for this!
You're repeating yourself, Captain. Good morning.
The blasted convict had dismissed me, like I was a clerk in an office. And there wasn't anything I could do about it. With Finch out of the way, they knew I was an easy mark. It was the nights that got on my nerves. I could hear things happening. Lots of things. And it was awful. Those devils with the knives. And then each morning we'd have to pull out 6 or a dozen, all cut about and bleeding. Most of them died. And those with the knives were getting money. Money they stole from the victims. I began to be afraid of my crewmen, that one would take a bribe, let that murdering crowd out. I walked around with 2 pistols in my jacket all the time. And then late one afternoon, something very bad happened. I was standing by the wheel.
Captain! Captain!
Here, bosun.
He got out, sir.
Got out who?
Who? The big one, Abby. 2 of us were standing guard. We heard a scream. It was Abby. Said he'd been stabbed. Benson opened the grill to get him, and Abby bashed him on the head and bolted.
What about the others?
I got the grill closed in time. They're safe enough. He must be somewhere on the ship, sir. Unless he went overboard.
Not that one. He's up to mischief. Take one of my pistols, mister.
Aye, sir.
Pass out the muskets. I want every inch of this ship searched. If he puts up a fight, shoot him. Do you hear me? Shoot him! The night comes quickly in southern parts. Did you ever try to search a ship at night with lanterns? It's not easy. Too many shadows. Too many sounds. Which could be rats or a murderer who's bigger than what you are and could choke your life out in half a minute. We couldn't find him, but he was somewhere aboard, waiting his time. And because we were short-handed, what with the crew searching, I stood a watch and I thought about Abby. The man whom Finch said had committed 3 murders in Australia.
Don't turn around, Captain. It's only a little knife, but don't move.
What do you want?
Talk.
I've nothing to say to the likes of you.
That may be. But I've an offer to make you. You know what I'm in for when we reach Sydney.
Finch told me. I've no pity for you.
I'm not asking for pity. I've an offer to make.
Huh?
The men below are planning to take the ship. I don't think they've got a chance, but they'll be killing. Those that have got the knives have got the money, too. It's £1,200.
I'm aware of that, mister.
I can get the knives for you.
Ah?
All I want is a chance to get away before the ship docks.
How do I know it isn't a trick?
Turn around, Captain. Here, my knife. Will that convince you? You must have a pistol. You can shoot me if you want.
What makes you think that you can get the knives away from me?
I can. That's all you need to know.
I couldn't help you openly, you know that. You were put aboard as a murderer. You're in my charge, and it's my job to turn you over to the police as soon as we arrive.
Then?
If you could get the knives, though, I might be able to give you a chance to clear out.
That's all I want. A chance.
All right.
I must have a pistol.
What?
A pistol.
You take me for a fool?
No, it's the only way to get the knives.
Yes, I'll give you this pistol and you shoot me down. Not likely.
If I'd wanted to do that, Captain, I'd have cut your throat 2 minutes ago.
Yes. But you're a murderer.
I know.
No, you can't have it.
It's either them or your ship, and probably your life. Well?
You talk like a gentleman, but suppose you want my pistol so that you can free them.
You just have to trust me, as I trust you, to give me a chance to get away.
Take it. Here.
What about the guards below? They'll shoot.
I'll take you down. I'll say I caught you.
How do I get out again when I've got the knives?
Send word that you want to see me.
All right. Captain, I'm trusting you now. I want that chance to get away.
We'll talk about that if you get the knives. I'll take you below now and come back tomorrow.
Keep your voice low. They think I'm tricking you into making a bargain. They think I stole the pistol. I told them I had to have the knives to make you believe that we wouldn't make trouble. I said we'd take over the ship tonight.
What do you want me to do?
Leave me the key to the grill. I'll slip out tonight and bring you the knives.
They'll want you to let them out, too.
I won't. I'll lock it.
How do I know you will?
You don't. You'll have to trust me, won't you?
Yes. Do they know about this plan?
All except for the fact that I'm going to lock them in once I'm out.
Now, give me the knives now.
No, they'd know something was wrong. I'd never get out alive. Give me the key.
All right. Here.
Tonight.
I waited. And I can tell you I didn't like it. The wind came up a bit, and I knew that before sunrise we'd be in Sydney. That is, if I could trust a murderer. At 10 o'clock that night, there was a tap on my cabin door.
One of your crew nearly caught me coming down here. I've kept my side of the bargain. Oh, you needn't worry. The knives are all there. Here's your pistol.
No. You may need it.
Oh, thanks. Now, how do I get away?
We'll be in port in about 6 hours if the wind holds. You stay aft in the longboat.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear the anchor go, drop over the side and swim for it.
Very well.
I'll try to anchor as close to land as possible before I take her in.
If I can land without being seen, I've got some friends who'll hide me.
Yes, well, I don't want to know about it. Just remember, when the anchor's let go, that's your signal.
Thank you, Captain. I trust you. I'd like to shake hands with you.
I took the hand of the murderer, and we shook hands like old friends. And then he was gone. Two hours later, the wind went down, and in its place came fog, thick, mucky fog. I had my hands full, what with danger from other ships and the blasted current that knocks you about off the harbour entrance. By 3 o'clock, the fog had shut in properly. The blessed tide ran us all over the place. It was proper dangerous, I can tell you. We were about 15 miles offshore. I didn't like the look of things. There's shoals thereabout, and I sent the mate forward to heave the lead. I got a proper start when I heard him sing out, "By the deep, for..." We got off course right enough, and at this rate we'd shear the bottom clean off of her. I saw it was high time to bring the ship up and wait until we could see something.
Let go the anchor!
Let go the anchor!
Give her 35 fathoms to the water's edge, bosun!
Aye, sir!
None too soon, sir. She was showering fast. Blasted current must be making 5 knots out to sea. Listen to her.
She's holding, sir!
The anchor! The anchor!
Abby!
I ran to the longboat. It was empty. He'd heard the signal as the anchor paid out. couldn't see in the fog and had gone overboard into a 5-knot tide running straight out to sea, 15 miles from shore. He trusted me. That's why I tell you, you shouldn't trust anybody. Sometimes it's hard sleeping at night. When you hear the water outside, you think. That's when it's hard to sleep.
Suspense, in which Mr. Ben Wright starred with Mr. Abraham Sofair in tonight's presentation of A Sleeping Draft. Be sure to listen again next week when we bring you another presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Suspense is transcribed in Hollywood by Anthony Ellis. Tonight's story was written by Weston Martyr and adapted for radio by Mr. Ellis. The music was composed by Rene Garrigank and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Featured in the cast were Abraham Sofair, Eric Snowden, Hans Conried, Charlie Lung, Stan Jones, and Raymond Lawrence.
Got money to burn? Well, neither has Uncle Sam. The nation cannot afford to let precious timber go up in smoke. As an American, you cannot afford to let a carelessly tossed cigarette start a forest fire that may cost millions of dollars and may even cost human life. Help keep our forest lands green and growing. Stay tuned now for 5 minutes of CBS News, to be followed on most of these same stations by My Son Jeep.
They're coming into the stretch and turning for home. It's Warlock and Gay Reward, head and head for the lead. Here they come. Here comes the finish, and it's Warlock by an O. Man, oh, man, what a race. Man, oh, man, what a line. Yes, in sports, you can tell it's a great moment by the cheers. And in wines, you can tell it's Manischewitz by the rave. Man, oh, man.
Man, oh, Manischewitz. Everybody's wine because it tastes so good.
Try all three new Manischewitz fruit wines. Blackberry, cherry, and loganberry. Each 100% pure and specially sweetened. Serve Manischewitz fruit wines anytime and often.
In a wine glass. On the rocks. In a highball with your favorite mixer.
Man, oh, Manischewitz, everybody's wine because it tastes so good.
Manischewitz Wine Company, New York. WROW, Albany, New York. And now, another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. The target, a solidly built two-story brick building on the edge of the industrial section of the city. The obstacle, 3 locked iron doors and 12 armed guards. The prize, $3 million in cash. The problem? To penetrate past the 3 locked doors and the armed guards and emerge safely with the money. The answer?
Just for the record, the name is Pete Wilson. Job? Night superintendent of the Lakeside Municipal Crematorium. Time, midnight about a year ago, with a thunderstorm bowling duck pins in the sky. I was reading the Western in my little office by the front door. My job was a nice, quiet one. We hardly ever had any customers at night. My entire staff, Dan Maxwell, was mopping the reception room. When I heard the door open, someone come in. Then the daddy of all thunderbolts lifted me out of my chair. And whoever had come in spoke to Danny.
Hey, did you see that flash? Right enough to be Judgment Day.
I guess it was Judgment Day, all right. For some people, that is. Did you know 2 people died just since you come in the door?
They did, huh? Died where?
Someplace in this country. Now 1 more has died.
That makes 3.
Now it's 4. That's the mortality rate for this country, 4 a minute. For the city, it's 1 every 30 minutes.
2 an hour.
48 every day.
And you'll be one of them if you keep up this line of chatter. I want to see your boss. Get him out here.
It was Al Thomas's voice, and of all the people in the world I didn't want to see, Al was all of them. But I got outside fast. Al Thomas, well, a long time no see.
Petey boy, you're looking good, real good.
Excuse me, Mr. Pete, but this gentleman
is an old friend of mine, Danny. Go on out back and clean up. I want to talk to him. Danny went off with his mop, and I took Al into my office. I got out the bottle of bourbon I used to help the prowl cowboys warm up with on cold nights. Al took off his wet $90 gabardine topcoat and smiled at me with big sharp teeth.
Nice setup you got here, Pete. Your own boss, lots of time to yourself, everything nice and quiet.
I like it quiet, Al.
Yeah, you always did, didn't you? Remember how noisy our cell used to be? Always somebody in a cell block coughing or snoring or choking or screaming.
Yeah, I remember.
Look, what are we talking about cells? Let's talk about something interesting. Like money.
Money, Al?
Money. I got a little job in mind, Pete, and I need some help. You.
Al, I'd certainly like to help out, but the doc told me to avoid any excitement. He's the old ticker, you know.
Excitement? This will be like wheeling the baby to church. Tell me, Petey, can you drive a horse?
Well, sure, I can drive a horse.
Then you're in. I'm giving you a 20% piece. The total take should be $3 million. So you'll be the first guy in history to earn $600,000 for driving a horse. Any questions, Petey?
Oh, what kind of a horse, now?
Horse? Who said anything about a horse? I asked if you could drive a hearse. A hearse, boy, a hearse.
Get back into the business. And the last person I wanted to get back into it with was my old cellmate, Al. But if he wanted me, I was stuck. Being a 3-time loser, all he had to do was plant some hot goods on me and call the cops, and I was up for life. I had to play along. So the next afternoon, I went to see him in his room in that crummy lodging house, and he took me to the window and pointed.
See that steam shovel across the street?
Well, sure, I see it. Excavating for a new building.
Yeah. See the solid old brick building right next to it?
It's the main headquarters of Dollar Delivery, the big armored car outfit.
Right.
That's where they load the armored cars with the money.
Now, every Thursday night, there's better than $3 million in that building, Pete, being packaged for payrolls in this area. Next Thursday night, we're cutting ourselves in on that $3 million.
Just, you and me? Just the two of us knocking over 12 armed guards and 3 locked doors?
Petey, relax. Of course we're not trying anything like that.
I was afraid for a minute.
I use brains, Pete. Brains, not muscles. You know who's operating that steam shovel? Marty Brannigan.
Marty Brannigan?
That's right. The whole construction gang is part of his mob. They have the foundation of the Dollar Delivery building weakened in one, so it's all ready to cave. And next Thursday, it will cave. They'll just walk in and pick up the dough.
But then, where do we come in, huh?
Oh, that's simple, Pete. We take it away from them.
So that's how the Dollar Delivery holdup started. Anyway, how my party started. Al didn't explain anymore, and I didn't ask no questions. Al didn't like questions. But next night, he dropped into the crematorium, and I showed him how we take care of our customers. Now, back here, Al, is the receiving door.
Mm-hmm.
From the outside, a box is rolled through on these steel rollers. One man can handle it. Yeah, I'll show you how the whole deal works. It's practically automatic. Danny? Yes, Pete? Come out here a minute.
What do we need him for?
Danny always does the honor.
Can you trust him? If he starts talking.
No, Danny never talks. He's punchy. Used to be in the ring. As fast as this thing happens, he forgets it.
There, Mr. Pete.
Yeah, well, show my friend Al how we handle it, eh?
Oh, sure, Mr. Pete. First I push this button.
That turns on the furnace, Al.
Mm-hmm. And then I push the box down the steel rollers like this.
Now watch. The furnace door opens automatically.
Hey, the box is rolling right into the flames.
All automatic. Now the door shuts down. That's all there is to it. Okay, Danny. Go on back out front.
Yes, Mr. Pete.
Very neat. What's on these stairs?
Oh, that's the storage room. We keep cleaning supplies down there, and stuff like that.
Good. Well, hide the money down there.
Hide the money here?
You heard me. We got to hide it someplace, Pete. This is one spot it won't be looked for. That's all then till Thursday night. Oh, except I'll need an official form.
Well, what kind of official form, Al?
The regular kind. Authorizing a cremation.
I wish I knew what Al was figuring on. But like I say, Al didn't like questions. When I thought about the job, taking $3 million away from Marty Brannigan's mob, I went hot and cold. I wanted to bow out, but didn't know how. Al wanted me to help for some reason. And what Al wanted, he got. So I sweated it out. And finally, Thursday night came, and around about midnight, I found myself in Al's room watching the Dollar Delivery building across the street. Trucks drove up to it and inside.
There goes one of the armored cars inside now to pick up a payroll delivery. Any minute, Marty Brannigan will make his move.
Everything seems so quiet.
What do you want, a brass band? Keep quiet and listen. Marty Brannigan getting inside. His boys are in there now. Now, if we don't hear any shooting or an alarm, by the time I count to 10, they pull it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, they've done it. Now it's time for us, Pete. Come on.
Well, where to, Al?
To buy a quart of milk, chum.
Al led me up the back way and started walking through the dark, quiet street. We walked 5 blocks, and then the quiet night blew wide open.
All right, the alarm's been sounded. The Brannigan and his boys are a long way from the Dollar Delivery building by now.
Sure, but anything moving in this town is going to be stopped and searched.
They know that. All right, here we are.
Where?
See that milk wagon at the curb? Here comes the driver delivering the milk. Now, act drunk and try to buy a quart from him. Go ahead.
Buddy. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, what is it?
Buddy, I want to buy a quart of milk.
I just deliver, Mac. I don't sell.
Well, my old lady sent me over to get a quart of milk. Just 1 quart. Now, let me have one little old quart, buddy.
Hey, let go of my arm, you lurch. Let go, I said. Okay, take this.
Just as the milkman slugged me, Al stepped in from behind and laid a sap over his ear. We caught him and dragged him into the milk wagon and tossed him in back on top of the cases of milk. Then I found myself standing there with the reins in my hand.
All right, Pete, you said you could drive a horse, then drive.
Come on, boy. Come on.
The next block is an alley. Turn into it.
Oh, yeah, sure. I hope none of them crowds stop it.
Who's going to stop a milk wagon?
Well, they might notice we aren't delivering any milk.
Don't worry, they won't. They're all heading for the dollar delivery building. And that's one place they won't find anything. Brannigan, this mob had 17 minutes to make a getaway.
Then they got away with the dollars, too. Where does that leave us?
With all the cream, chum. That milkman in back there is one of the mob.
One of Brannigan's mob?
Sure, he's been on the job for 6 months. That's how long Brannigan's been planning this. Marty wasn't taking any chance of being stopped and searched. First thing he did was stop and transfer all the loot to this milk wagon. The money is back there, Petey, under the milk.
Huh?
Like I said, who's going to stop a milk wagon? Okay, here's the alley. Turn in here.
I turned the horse into the alley. It was lined with garages. I maneuvered the horse and wagon into one of them, and Al slammed the door shut. Well, I took time to mop my brow. Al was already opening the door to the next garage.
Hey, Pete, come here and look.
Sure. What?
In there. All parked and ready.
Holy cow. It's a hearse.
That's right, a nice, respectable-looking hearse. And in that hearse is a plain pine coffin. Petey, we're going to fill that coffin with $3 million. Then we'll drive it to the crematorium. We'll unload the box and hide the money in the storage room, then put the coffin through the furnace just as if it was a legitimate customer. I got all the documents. Made out for Albert G. Cash. Albert G. Cash of Deutschmark. Now, in about a week, we'll load the dough into the hearse again, and I'll drive it right out of the state. Nobody's going to suspect the hearse, Petey. Okay, let's get busy. We got to put Mr. Cash in his coffin.
I lugged the money stacks in the milk wagon and threw them in the empty coffin. When we finished, Al went back to check on the unconscious driver, and I heard him yell,
Hey, please, come here. This guy is...
By the time I got there, Al Thomas was stretched out on the garage floor, and the milkman was gone, running. I didn't have time to wonder about him. I had to look after Al. He had an ugly gash in his head. The blood was pouring down his face. I mopped off the blood and lugged him to the hearse, where I stretched him out on the front seat. He shook his head groggy and tried to sit up.
He slugged me. He waited for me. Slugged me.
Now, take it easy, Al. Don't try to talk.
We got to get the dough here. You got to get me back to my room.
You need a doc. You're hurt bad.
No, doc. Get the dough to the crematorium and hide it. Oh, come on, get going.
I got the motor started and drove the hearse out of there. I just hope no cops would wonder what a hearse was doing on the street so late. If anybody asked, we were from out of town. One plow car went by without stopping. Then we returned into the parking space back in the municipal crematorium. Everything was quiet. I threw the pine box holding the cash on the loading platform and threw the door on the conveyor. And I helped Al inside. All right, Al. Another couple of steps. That's it. Okay, we're inside. Now we'll hide the dough and then get you back to your room and get the hearse back in its garage. I'll get rid of the milk wagon and we're set, eh?
I feel pretty bad, Peter. I've got to lie down.
Look, Pete! Is that you, Mr. Pete?
And we got to hide. Stand behind his pillar.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Well, what is it, Danny?
I got the front all cleaned up. You want me to clean up back here now?
No, not yet. Later.
Hey, got a customer come in that bar?
Yeah, it's Mr. A.G. Cash at Deutschland. Now, look, Danny.
Ain't it pretty late to be receiving customers?
Well, it's a rush job, but the family's leaving town in the morning. Then now go sweep out the chapel and stay there until I call you, huh?
Well, sure, Mr. Pete. Do I do the honors?
Later. And then I'll beat it. All right, now you can come out now. Danny's going. Yeah, what's the matter? You look so funny. Al. Al hit the floor like a sandbag and just looked there. I bent over and feeling for his pulse. And then I knew. Al Thomas was dead.
In just a moment, we will return for the concluding act of Suspense.
Confidentially, before I got the happy habit, I never could have thought the strangers this way. Mumbled, maybe. But talk? Oh, never. And my happy habit is catching. One listen does it. Arthur Doxey, Art Linkletter's house party, Gary Moore, and the new Bing Crosby, Rosemary Clooney show. CBS Radio has them all. It's live showbiz sound. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes?
Al was dead, all right. Sometimes the stealth right there has a delayed effect like that. It turns hot and then cold. There was a buzzing in my ears. Now I had a cold call, $3 million in hot cash, and an unexplained thirst on my hands. If I could juggle them all fast enough, I was a millionaire. But if I fumbled, well, who'd ever believed I hadn't killed Al for the loot? I'm not my thing. Should I? Shouldn't I? Could I? Couldn't I? I began to think I couldn't do it. I could hide Al and the money in the storeroom, burn the coffin, get rid of the hearse, and then...
Mr. Pete!
Huh?
Pete!
Yeah. Well, what is it, Danny?
There's 2 cops out front asking for you.
2, the cops?
Officer Hunt and Officer Connell. They want to ask you some questions.
Oh, okay. Tell them I'll be right in. No, I didn't have no choice. I got Al's body out of sight as fast as I could. No time to lug him down to the storage room. And inside 60 seconds, I was out front talking to Hunt and Connell, the prowl car team who patrolled our neighborhood.
Pete, we wanted to ask you, did you hear anything unusual tonight?
Oh, just sirens, lots of them. Something big happened?
Not unless you count $2.5 million big.
$2.5 million?
Somebody knocked over a dollar delivery and got away with $2.5 million. Missed $500,000 in the hearse. Yeah, we've been searching every car and truck in the streets. No sign of the dough. Headquarters thinks the gang hid it and broke up.
You hid it, huh?
Now we're searching block by block. You hear any unusual noises, trucks or cars stopping, anything like that?
No, not many. Nothing.
You don't mind if we search the place?
Search the clear fire? Oh, of course not. Oh, but first, I got some embalming fluid I'd like you to test.
Embalming fluid, huh?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. What do you say, Hunt? I say let's try it.
Okay. Right over here in my office. Step in. Be comfortable. I keep it in here, filed under E. The best Kentucky bourbon embalming fluid. See what you think, eh?
Man, that'll put life in a mummy. Here, Carl.
Thanks, huh?
You're right. That'll make the dead ones happy and the live ones happier.
Well, have another. It'll be a long night.
You can say that twice. The captain is really going to ride us to find that dough. Well, happy days.
I each had another drink and then went out to look around. I sat there and held my breath, praying they wouldn't find Al and notice the hearse out back. They looked around for a minute and I heard them go out. I kept on sitting there until my heart stopped pounding. Finally, I went out to finish the job of hiding my dough. I was a millionaire. 2.5 times a millionaire. And all of it tax-free. I even had a couple of nasty bucks from Marty Brannigan's stupidity and missing the other $500 grand. I stood in the reception room listening. I heard something. And all of a sudden I had a horrible thought. And I began to run toward the back. Danny!
Yeah, Mr. Pete?
Danny, did you...
Did I what, Mr. Pete?
Danny, where's the box, Mr. Cashier?
And you said it was a rush job, so I processed it.
Oh, no. Let me look. Let me see. Oh, you did it. It's in there. It's burning.
I figured you'd be glad to have it done, Mr. Pete. Say, tell me, what did his initials stand for? I mean, A.G. Cash.
Stand for his initials? I'll tell you. All gone, Danny. All gone. Cash. Yes, it was all gone, all right. The whole $2.5 million. Cremated. Well, I was passing out drinks to Hans and Connell. Well, the dollar delivery boys and the feds finally caught Marty Brannigan and his mob. But they never would buy the story that Marty didn't have any idea where the money went to. Tell them to look in the urn on the top shelf of the storage room of the Lakeside Municipal Crematorium. Has the name A.G. Cash on it. I don't suppose they'll be able to do much with the nice white ashes in the urn. But ask them to be gentle with them. They're not only the most expensive ashes in the world, but they're also all that's left of Al Thomas. Because the only place I could hide Al in a hurry was to undo the thick lid of the coffin and put Al on top of the money and then latch it shut again. So Al and the dough went in the furnace together. Anyway, he died rich. And I like to think he made a liar out of those jerks who go around saying you can't take it with you. If anybody ever took it with him, it was that.
Suspense. You have been listening to Coffin for Mr. Cash, written for Suspense by Robert Arthur. In a moment, the names of our players and the word about next week's story of Suspense. Are you all out of tune because you're irregular? Then help yourself get back in tune with Kellogg's All Brand. You'll feel right on pitch when Kellogg's All Brand goes gently to work. Relieves constipation due to lack of bulk by supplying your system with bulk-forming whole bran. Yes, a daily bowl full of Kellogg's All Bran with milk helps put you right back in tune. The natural way. The good-tasting way, too. Fact is, Kellogg's All Bran is the one brand cereal that combines proved effectiveness with appetizing taste and crispness. It never gets mushy in milk. So remember, if constipation's a problem, gentle it away, as millions do, with Kellogg's All Brand. The good food way to keep regular as clockwork. ALL-BRAN. Kellogg's All Brand. At your grocer's. Tonight's story were Leon Janney as Pete Wilson and Mandel Kramer as Al Thomas. Others in the cast included Sam Raskin, Sam Gray, Joseph Boland, and Bob Donnelly. Listen again next week when we return with A Shipment of Mute Fate by Martin Storm. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
And now, another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
A story of murder with a motive for everyone. As in a moment we bring you The Thimble, a story by Eliezer Lipsky, adapted for radio by Alan Sloan.
Yes, Miss Brady?
Mr. Morgan?
Yes.
Miss Dennis O'Neill to see you.
Could you ask Miss O'Neill to wait a few minutes? No, better yet, have her come back after lunch. Detective Russell and I are busy.
Yes, sir.
Dennis O'Neill. Now, where have I heard that name before, Joe?
Morning paper. Daughter of the house painter who died yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Heart attack, wasn't it?
Yep. Where were we?
Well, we were...
I've got to talk to you. Please wait outside.
I'm sorry, Mr. Morgan. This young lady just forced her way in.
The district attorney.
It's all right, Miss Brady. It's Assistant DA, Miss O'Neill, and I'm he. Well, as long as you're in, won't you sit down?
No, please. There's no time. You must hurry. Who's this man?
Detective Joe Russell.
Detectives, police, won't somebody do something? They're going to bury her in 2 hours.
Bury who, Miss O'Neill?
Bury my mother.
If the funeral's in 2 hours, shouldn't you be...
No. You must listen to me. They wouldn't listen to me at the police station. They wouldn't listen to me at headquarters. You must listen to me.
What is it you want to tell me, Miss O'Neill?
My mother was murdered. She was poisoned.
Why do you say that?
Because my mother's heart was as strong as yours. She was murdered. And he signed the death certificate himself, and when I demanded an autopsy, he refused.
Who is he?
Oh, don't you know? Everybody knows. Everybody in the world knows they were more than doctor and patient. Everybody knows.
Doctor who, Miss O'Neill?
Dr. Charles Cypress.
Yes, I've heard of Dr. Cypress. Isn't he a reputable doctor?
Oh, yes, he's reputable. But he poisoned my mother.
Now, Miss O'Neill, why would Dr. Cypress want to poison your mother?
Her will. She made him her executor. She left her art collection to him. He was tired of her and he wanted her money.
Miss, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Why didn't your mother leave her collection to you?
Me?
Yes, ma'am. You're over age. I should think...
You must know. Everybody knows. Don't you know about me?
Know what, miss?
I'm insane.
You say Dr. Cypress refused an autopsy?
Yes, he flatly refused.
Mm-hmm. Where is the funeral, Miss O'Neill?
Waterside Parlor, 2:00. Everybody will be there. But I'll know she was poisoned.
All right, we'll take you there.
Venushka, where have you been? We've been searching and looking.
Yeah, they don't believe me.
And these gentlemen, who are these gentlemen?
I'm Charles Morgan, Assistant District Attorney. This is Detective Joe Russell.
Venice, baby darling, go sit with the others. Let Uncle Mitya talk to them. It's terrible. She's breaking my heart.
Are you her uncle?
No. Everybody calls Mitya Obliensky Uncle Mitya. Obliensky Gallery is 57th Street. Poor Temple was to have her finest exhibit tomorrow. Instead, her funeral today.
Did the girl tell you her mother was poisoned?
Of course. Oh, hysteria, despair, wildness. It's impossible. I was there. It was in my gallery, before my very own eyes.
Why do you say impossible?
We were all there. How could such a thing happen? I was there, Venice was there, Mrs. Cypress was there, and all of a sudden, it hurts. The hand to the chest, the smile to the lips, then gone. Right there.
And Dr. Cypress?
There, I tell you, right there.
Uh-huh. Is the doctor here now?
Everybody is here. Why?
I'd like to speak to him.
Oh, of course. I'll bring him. I'll catch him.
You want a motive? Obolensky has one.
Oh, how so?
Guy handled the artist's stuff. Like stamps and collectors. Fewer of an issue of stamps, the more value. Fewer of a painter's work, ditto. No more O'Neill. No more O'Neills.
Joe, you're a ghoul. Dr. Cypress?
Yes. Mr. Morgan, I believe?
That's right. A few questions, sir.
Oh, by all means.
What did Mrs. O'Neill die of, Dr. Cypress? What was the cause of death?
Why, heart disease, of course. Thrombosis.
How did you know?
Well, it was perfectly clear. She had coronary arteriosclerosis for years. If you come to my office, Mr. Morgan, I'll show you Mrs. O'Neill's electrocardiograms for the last 15 years. Oh, as a matter of fact, you may have already seen some of my work.
Oh, where, sir?
Monographs on police medicine, methods of postmortem diagnosis in heart conditions.
I see. Tell me, Dr. Cypress, Miss O'Neill, Mr. Oblensky, you and your wife were all present when the attack occurred?
That is correct. You see that elderly woman over there?
I was wondering about her. She picked a fine time to knit at a funeral service.
Well, my wife always knits, or sews, or darns. The first day I met her on duty as a nurse in Edinburgh, she was sewing. And I've never seen her without a bit of work in her hands.
Well, I'd like to speak to her later. I'd also like to accept your offer, Doctor.
Sir?
I want to see those electrocardiograms.
Oh, yes, of course. It's very kind of you to be doing this for Venice. Makes her feel much better. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to see if I can persuade her to take a sedative.
Well, what do you think, Joe? Was there a murder?
I don't think so. While you were chatting with Uncle Oblensky, I talked with Venice some more. Found out her mother had nothing to eat that whole day but black coffee, for which they sent out.
Yeah, rules out poison.
So?
Just the same, Joe, I want to talk to the undertaker. Tell him to stop the burial.
What?
The girl is entitled to an autopsy. The doctor was too anxious to make a case for the heart condition and his own reputability as a specialist. I want a postmortem before tomorrow morning. Now, where's the telephone?
In just a moment, we will return for the second act of Suspense.
Hello.
Dr. Wyman?
Speaking.
Doctor, I want you to arrange to secure the body of a woman for an autopsy. Temple O'Neill, age 55.
Great painter. Greatest woman painter since Rosa Bonheur.
You know her?
I know her work. She dropped dead in the Oblensky Gallery, didn't she?
Yeah. What do you know about Dr. Charles Cypress?
He's a good man on cardiology.
Private life?
Delayed adolescent playboy. Lives high.
Tell me more.
Oh, gambling, women, the usual.
Any connection between him and the lady painter?
Oh, that I wouldn't know. I know very little about live people. Why?
Well, seems he refused a relative's request for an autopsy.
Well, he's the doctor in the case. I think you'll find that his diagnosis will stand up.
Could be. Just the same, I want you to do this postmortem yourself.
Okay, I'll do the PM. I always wanted to meet O'Neill. Great painter. Terrific technique with the palette knife. Goodbye.
Mr. McCormick, I see you've come to see the child.
Yes, Doctor, yes, I have.
All right, fine. Mr. Morgan, this is my wife, Mrs. Cypress.
How do you do?
Do you need me, sir? I'll just sit with the poor girl a bit.
Well, Dr. Cypress has given her a sedative, Mrs. Cypress. I'd like you to stay.
I'll do that, sir. You didn't mind if I get on with my sewing.
Not at all. I understand you carry it with you wherever you go.
Well, it wouldn't have been me if I didn't. They say something was wrong with me without a bit of sewing in my hand.
Here are Mrs. O'Neill's charts.
Oh, yeah. Now, I see you have them in chronological order.
Do you understand them?
Well, frankly, sir, I only know that an electrocardiogram gives a symbolic representation of the functioning of the heart.
Well put. Now, this line here, the spikes made by the tracing pen are the systole. The domes, the diastole. Now, here you see a cardiogram taken after Mrs. O'Neill's first heart attack 12 years ago. You can see the variation, Mr. Morgan. Here.
I'm right here. This looks like another severe attack.
Well, you have a very good eye, Mr. Morgan.
They ranged over a period of 12 years.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell Venice about her mother's heart condition?
The poor bairn had troubles therein. 'Twould be adding worries to her poor sick mind, sir.
My wife has spoken for me, Mr. Morgan.
I see. Tell me, Mrs. Cypress, did you ever nurse Venice?
Aye.
That would be professionally?
It was when she was having delusions and persecutions, and till the time the poor lass was sent away for institutional care. Many's the night I stayed with her to calm her fears.
Just one more question, Doctor, and I believe we'll be through.
All right.
You were made executor of Mrs. O'Neill's estate, and as I understand it, she willed you her art collection. Now, I can understand the executorship. But why did Mrs. O'Neill leave you her art collection?
Sir, I can explain the cause of that, if you don't mind.
Please, Mrs. Cypress.
The girl hated pictures. There was a night I was caring for her when she broke away from me and slashed about the studio with a knife, destroying her mother's canvases in rage and hatred.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think I've taken up enough of your time, but I may have to call upon you for grand jury appearances. I'll want to go over the material I discussed with you today. You'll hear from me.
Seen the papers?
Don't tell me. Let me guess.
D.A. halts funeral, foul play feared. Artist funeral is called off by district attorney. Autopsy ordered in mystery death.
Okay, Joe, you made your point.
What are you going to do?
Well, grand jury sits at 3. I'm going to have all the witnesses in here one by one before we go in. And you and I are going to go over their stories right up to the last minute. Because if Dr. Weinman doesn't come up with something, we're liable to end up with nothing.
In just a moment, we will return for the concluding act of Suspense.
Everybody outside, Joe?
Except Dr. Weinman. He said he'd be a little late.
How come?
I was telling him about the job you made me do calling off the ceremonies. I was telling him how Mrs. Cypress went right on sewing, and he jumped like he'd been shot.
Did you say anything?
Just mumbled.
Yeah. All right, we'll stall till he gets here. Look, I'll tell you what. Let's talk to Uncle Mitya Oblensky. I want to get the time element of this straight.
Sure. Mr. Mitya Oblensky.
Yes, Mr. Morgan. What is it, Mr. Morgan?
Now, Mr. Oblensky, I merely want to clarify one item. The time. Checking your statements, I find that you are the only person who was certain of the exact time Mrs. O'Neill put her hand to her chest and said that...
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah.
And then so little a smile, then gone. How I know it is 7 minutes to 11?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Very simple. We are hanging portrait of a girl in blue.
Yeah, go on. No, wait. Who's we?
The doctor is on the ladder. He holds actually the picture. On the floor, myself, standing to one side. Next to me, Venice. Right in front of the picture, Temple O'Neill. Next to her, Mrs. Cypress.
What was she there for?
With her needle and thread, perhaps a hanging has to be moved, a stitch here, a stitch there.
Yeah, that's what she said. Go on.
In fact, not just 5 minutes before, she has sewed a tear in some velvet surrounding a little abstraction. Very handy to have around, a needlewoman, no?
Yeah, the time, Mr. Oblensky. How do you know the time?
Very simple. When Mrs. Cypress dropped her thimble...
Yeah, go on.
Well, just as we get the blue girl properly hung, she drops the thimble. I get on my knees to pick it up from under the table. I look across the room as I come out from the table under, and I look at the clock. 7 minutes to 11.
And at that moment, Mrs. O'Neill died?
Precisely. As I am going on my hands and knees after the thimble, she is stricken.
Okay, thank you. Please wait outside with the others.
Mr. Morgan, Doc Wyman's here. The grand jury's ready.
Look, ask him for a few more minutes' grace, huh? Morning, Doctor. What do you got?
Well, Dr. Cypress was right. Mrs. O'Neill had an advanced sclerotic condition of the heart area. It was entirely proper for her physician to infer that death had been caused by coronary occlusion.
So then she wasn't poisoned. No case, huh?
You want me to finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why don't you ask Mrs. Cypress why she did it?
Mrs. Cypress?
Sure, call her in. Tell her you know how, and then ask her why. Then you can go in and ask for a murder one indictment.
Well, maybe you know how, but I don't.
The cause of death was a small, sharp instrument thrust through the nape of the neck into the medulla oblongata, a portion of the brain governing the respiratory tract.
How do you know that?
I found the instrument lodged in the brain. It was a needle. When Russell told me the old girl had a habit, a compulsion, habit of sewing all the time.
Listen to this, Joe. Go ahead, Doctor.
I then found the hole in the back of Mrs. O'Neill's skull.
Wait, I just came in.
Of course. The thimble. Joe, go out and get Mrs. Cypress.
Mrs.
And tell her to bring her sewing. Mrs. Cypress, you sewed some black velvet, didn't you?
Oh, yes, sir. Frame in the picture, yes?
Uh-huh. And velvet is soft.
Very soft, sir.
Would you need a thimble for that?
No, sir.
But you would need a thimble to force a heavy darning needle through human flesh. And as a nurse, you would know the medulla oblongata was one place such a thrust could cause instant death. And in your constant companion, your sewing kit, you could hide the weapon. Come on, Mrs. Cypress. The grand jury is waiting. I'd like to have your story.
You cannot prove it, sir.
Oh, Mrs. Cypress, I think you know better than that.
I strongly doubt you can prove it.
Nothing would be simpler. You can read this autopsy report for yourself at the bottom of the page. The needle was found by Dr. Weinman in the medulla. Death was instantaneous. Now, the needle could have been thrust into her brain only by the person standing next to her.
There were 4 persons in the room.
Only one had a thimble. All right, Mrs. Cypress. What do you want to do?
Sir, what would you do if you saw the man you married on the other side change before your eyes and grow too great for his old love? What would you do when the poor Fay Lossie blurted out the story of her own mother's affairs with your own husband? What would you do if you knew the one who stole him away from you had a condition of the heart? And your own husband, being a physician, there was a likelihood of death being ascribed to that ailment and passing without notice, what with the death certificate and all. And you had the means of taking him back from her forever and keeping him once you told him the truth and her buried and forgotten. What would you do, Mr. Morgan?
I wouldn't murder her, Mrs. Cypress.
Well, I did.
All right, Mrs. Cypress. Let's go into the grand jury.
Oh, Mr. Morgan, will you not wait till the doctor brings back my sewing kit? I'm lost without it.
I'm afraid we're going to have to keep you away from needles. For a long time, ma'am. A very long time.
Suspense. You've been listening to The Thimble, a story by Eliezer Lipsky, written for Suspense by Alan Sloan. In a moment, the names of our players and a word about next week's story of Suspense. Heard in tonight's story were Whitfield Connor, Terry Keene, Paul McGrath, Joe DeSantis, Danny Ocko, Maurice Tarplin, Ruth Tobin, and Jane Rose. Listen again next week when we return with the classic story of nature's imbalance. On one side, the frightful Formicidae doralini ants, and on the other, a man who knew no fear. The story, Leiningen versus the Ants. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. On CBS Radio.
Suspense. Autolite and its 96,000 dealers present Miss Lucille Ball and Mr. Desi Arnaz in The Red-Headed Woman, a suspense play produced and edited by William Spear.
Well, Hap, are you over your cold?
Oh, no, Harlow. I still feel run down.
Hey, watch your words. We're on for Autolite Stay Full batteries, remember? And Autolite has done everything to keep these brawny bundles of endless energy from running down. Why, Autolite Stay Full batteries have extra water reserve above the plates to foil failure from lack of liquid. Need water only 3 times a year in normal car use. They've even got fiberglass retaining mats at every positive plate for longer battery life. Why, in recent tests based on SAE life cycle standards, Autolite Stay Full batteries gave 70% longer average life than batteries without Stay Full features. So, friends, see your Autolite battery dealer and get an Autolite Stay Full battery for your car. You're always right with Autolite.
And now, with the red-headed woman, and with the performance of Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball, Autolite hopes once again to keep you in suspense.
Jensen Corporation. Hello?
Hello, Linda?
Yes. Oh, hello, Frank. Well, look, darling, I thought I told you not to call
I know.
me.
I shouldn't call you at the office. I'm sorry, Redhead, but I had to talk to you. You see,
Well, darling, you sound so grim. Is there anything wrong?
Oh, this is going to be tough, Linda, but you see, it's kind of hard to explain, but...
Well, go on, dear. You can tell me anything. You know that.
Oh, you're sure swell, Linda. That's why it's so hard to tell you.
Frank, you haven't committed a murder or anything, have you?
Oh, no, of course not.
Well, what is it then?
Linda, please, I tried to tell you last night. I know it's hard to justify, but...
But what? Frank, you've met someone else, is that it?
Yes, Linda. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right. Is she blonde or brunette?
Oh, honestly, honey, Linda, I couldn't help it. It was one of these things. It just happens. Sometimes things do.
Well, you don't have to explain, Frank. I'll send your ring back this afternoon. I hope it fits her. Good luck. Tears came, and then I tried to laugh it off. And then I felt myself getting good and mad. What a fool I'd been. For 2 years, my every thought, my every move had been patterned toward Frank's wishes and welfare. Other girls, the selfish type, were holding their men. It was... Well, I made up my mind that the future would be different. From that minute on, I'd think of myself first, last, and always. Suddenly, I wanted to get away, do things, have beautiful clothes, money, especially money. I suppose it's a kind of independence any woman wants to grab for in a moment like that, when she's found out you can't depend on a man.
Good morning, Linda.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Jensen.
Feeling all right?
Of course. Why shouldn't I?
Well, I don't know. You just seemed a little despondent.
No, I'm fine.
Good. Oh, will you put this away for me?
What? Payroll money? Well, it's only the 5th, isn't it?
I'm going to Florida for a couple of weeks, Linda.
Oh.
I drew the payroll money today because I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yes, doesn't it? I've been thinking about it for years. Say, why don't you take a few days off while I'm gone, Linda?
What? Oh.
Why don't you, Linda? It's a good idea. Certainly I won't be needing you.
Well, I could come in on the 14th and handle the payroll.
Oh, you needn't bother. I can get Walters.
Well, he's pretty busy, Mr. Jensen. I'll come back and handle it. I'll just be in the country somewhere close by. Thank you, Mr. Jensen. Looking back, I suppose I thought of stealing the payroll right then. I must have, for a few minutes after Mr. Jensen left, I visualized how easy it would be. Only he and I had the combination to the safe. He'd be far away in Florida for 2 whole weeks. I could leave the next day. I could have at least 10 days before anyone could find out anything was wrong. I thought about Frank and that brush-off he'd given me. How easily I might forget him in new surroundings. Well, when I closed the office that evening, I took the envelope with $21,000 in bills and stuffed it into my handbag. Then, I don't know why, I took the gun Mr. Jensen always kept in the safe. Next morning, I left Kansas City and began driving west. By the next afternoon, I was well into Texas on the inland route. I knew vaguely that I had to get across the border, but the actual fact that I was a criminal hadn't quite percolated yet. A few miles out of Big Spring, the weather changed, and dark gray clouds replaced the blue skies. Then I came to a roadblock, and I had to detour. It was a winding, makeshift road of dirt that stretched on and on for miles. I hated going so slow, but there wasn't anything I could do about it, so I switched on the radio and tried to feel comfortable and forget what I had done. Then a few drops of rain splashed against the windshield, and I hoped that I'd make the main highway before it really let loose. It was then that I heard the announcement.
This afternoon, in one of the most daring daylight holdups in Texas history, the 7th Bank of Abilene was robbed of $40,000. As far as is known, only 2 persons participated. A tall, dark-complexioned young man wearing a light gray suit and hat, and an attractive, red-haired woman dressed in a green suit. In effecting their successful getaway, one of them shot and critically wounded an elderly bank guard, a veteran of World War I. The couple left in a green panel truck and are believed headed in the general direction of El Paso. More news after our next music.
Well, these were worse criminals than I was by far, and they'd made a getaway. I shut off the radio. To my right, black letters loomed suddenly against the yellow background of a sign. Midland, Odessa, Pecos. I slowed down to 30, rounding a series of blind curves. Coming around the last one, I saw a man standing in the middle of the road. I jammed on my brakes to keep from hitting him. He started walking toward me.
I'm very sorry to bother you this way, but my car is out of gas, and I was wondering, could you perhaps let me siphon a little from your tank?
Well, sorry, but I'm low myself.
Oh, please, don't be like that. I've been waiting here for hours. You're the first car I've seen. I would just take a little.
Well, I can't. Honestly, I...
All right. Then perhaps you would be so kind as to give me a little lift to the next gas station? Well... Oh, come on now. Don't you believe in the good neighbor policy?
Well, all right. Get in.
Thanks a lot. We'll find a gas station right on here someplace. I won't even take you out of your way.
Well, that's all right. I'm going in the general direction of
El Paso?
El Paso. It all came together suddenly. The radio announcement and this man who was just sitting down beside me. He fitted perfectly. Dark complexion, light gray suit. I glanced at the car parked by the side of the road. Yes, it was a green panel truck.
Well, senorita?
Look, I'm terribly sorry, but I don't think I can take you after all. You see,
Now, please. I have been marooned here for 2 hours. It's very important that I get to Pecos in the next 2 hours.
Oh, and where are you going after that?
Me? I'm going to travel all over. After Pecos, I'm going to beat it down to Juarez. That's across the border. From there, we're going...
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Look, I would like to pay you for helping me.
He drew a sheaf of new bills from his pocket and dropped a fresh 20 into my lap. I opened my handbag, and my fingers closed around Mr. Jensen's gun. He looked down at it.
Hey, what?
I said I've changed my mind.
Okay. That's the way you feel. I don't argue with a girl who's got a gun.
I didn't even wait for him to close the door. I let out the clutch, stepped on the gas, and got away fast. When I finally reached the highway, I speeded up still more. I'd had a bad scare. I wanted to talk to someone about anything and forget that man. Maybe that was why I was so relieved when I came to the little town of Pecos and saw the carnival a short distance ahead, and why I stopped to look at it. Even from the car, the bright lights and the people and the carousel, gaily painted horses going round and round made me feel less lonely. I wanted to get out and mingle with the people and drink some pink lemonade and buy a red candied apple. Go in one of the midway tents and see Tortoro, the sword swallower, and Lopez, the ventriloquist. But instead, I ate a hot dog in the car and bought a silver ashtray from a little Indian girl. And a sudden burst of thunder reminded me of the approaching storm. I started the car and left the carnival behind me. Soon afterwards, it began to rain. Then a cloudburst hit. 15 minutes later, I spotted an auto court. As I came to a stop, a gray, mustached man in a rubber hat and raincoat came out to meet me.
Hello there.
Hello, how far to El Paso, please?
Not planning to go there tonight, are you?
Well,
you never make it. A lot of bad spots in the road. I know because in rainy nights I always pick up a lot of money pulling stalled cars out of the mud.
Well, maybe I'd better spend the night here then, if you have a vacancy.
I got more vacancies than anything else. I'll fix you up with the best cabin on the place. I used to live in it myself. Come on, I'll show you. It's number 3.
Oh, it sounds fine. Do you mind if I use your phone first?
No, go ahead. There's a booth over there right next to the office.
Thank you.
I'll open the cabin door and leave the key on the dresser. You can put your car in the shed there.
I was going to phone the El Paso police and tell them where I'd last seen the man answering the description of the Abilene bank robber. I dialed and waited for her to answer.
Operator?
And then I remembered something. There should have been a woman, too. A woman with red hair, but the man had been alone.
Operator?
After all, there was more than one green truck in the world. More than one dark young man.
Operator?
And besides, I thought with a shock, I'm in no position to risk their maybe tracing the call and finding out my name and investigating me. I hung up the receiver. I went out and wheedled a cup of coffee and a donut out of my host. And then I went up to my cabin and went to bed. I woke up about 10 o'clock. A car had driven up and stopped right outside my window. The headlights were shining in. When I got up to pull down the shade, I saw the car. It was the green paneled truck I'd seen on the road, and this time a woman was in the front seat. Then the proprietor and the other man came out of the cabin next to mine.
All right,
I lowered my shade and then listened to them.
I'll wait till the storm is over, and then I'll go on to El Paso. Is it all right if I leave my truck out here?
Sure. There's a garage in back if you want to use it.
No, thanks. I'll just park it here near to the door.
I heard him enter his cabin. I locked my door and sat down on the bed. It was very quiet next door. Finally, I guess I must have dozed off. But then, all of a sudden, I was awake again. Voices, a man's and a woman's, were coming from the cabin next door. I got up, opened my window very quietly, and listened.
It's mine, Jose. I don't think you had better forget that. If you do, you will be sorry. Very sorry.
You are wrong, Carmencita. It will not be me who is sorry.
What do you mean?
It shouldn't be difficult for you to figure that out.
You mean? Oh, but that is so funny. You couldn't get along without me. No. Not even for 1 week. Not 1 week.
I would not laugh if I were you, Carmen.
Wait, Jose. Don't do it. You're just trying to be funny. No. You don't do it. Jose, no. Please, don't.
After that, everything was quiet. I was stunned, frozen. Then I heard his door open. I hurried to my window and carefully raised the shade a few inches. It was quite dark, and at first I could only hear his footsteps. And then I saw him. He snapped on a flashlight, looked around with it. He was carrying a roll of blankets, and he put it down carefully in the wet grass. Then he opened the rear door of the green panel truck. There was a long, oblong box on the floor. He stooped over and lifted what I'd thought was the roll of blankets, but I was wrong. From one end, a head was visible. A woman's head, with red hair. I must have thrown up my hands and hit the window shade. It clattered to the top. In the tense silence of the night, it sounded like a machine gun. The man outside spun around. He trained his flashlight on me. He took a long look. Then he turned around and dropped his gruesome bundle into the long box. I turned away. I couldn't look anymore. Finally, I heard him walk toward his cabin, go inside, and shut the door. Then I took a chance. I threw on my raincoat and shoes and hurried to the proprietor's office. I knocked on his door and called to him. There was no answer. So I wrote a quick note and slipped it under his door and hurried back to my cabin. I closed my door and was just fumbling with the key when the lights went on.
No use to lock it now, senorita, and don't make a noise.
He was sitting in a chair, smiling, casually pointing a gun at me. My gun that I'd foolishly left on the dresser.
You were not so very smart, were you, sweetheart? This gun, it looks nice. I think you handle it good, too. I almost found out this afternoon on the road, didn't I?
Now, look, I wasn't going to use it, honestly, but, well, you know, you read a lot in the papers about the trouble people get into picking up strangers, and
Yes, sure. You're always careful. Stay out of trouble. Mind your own business. That is very good to remember, senorita.
That's all I was doing. Well, what do you want with me?
It's just too bad you looked out on me just now. I wouldn't have known you were here.
I didn't mean to spy on you. I was awake, and when I heard a noise outside, I looked out, that's all. That was natural, wasn't it?
Maybe, but it didn't turn out so good for you, did it? Come on now, we're getting out of here, and you are coming with me.
But where are we going?
Just places, senorita, just places. Come on now.
But what do you want with me? You don't want me.
Don't want you? Why, I'm crazy for you. I've been looking for you. I've been looking for somebody just like you.
Autolite is bringing you Miss Lucille Ball and Mr. Desi Arnaz in The Red-Headed Woman, tonight's production in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Feeling better, Hap?
No, Harlow. I think I'll take the vacation my doctor advised.
Decided where you'll go?
Not yet.
Well, how about the Atlantic Ocean, or the Great Lakes, or the Mississippi River?
Say, that's a lot of water.
Right. It'll remind you of Autolite Stay Full batteries, that they have longer and larger liquid reserve above the plates as compared to ordinary batteries. Need water only 3 times a year in normal car use. Or, hey, better still, Hap, visit the zoo, see the camels. Tell them Wilcox sent you.
What? And get tossed out on my ear for suggesting that Autolite Stay Full batteries can go without water longer than camels can?
Well, tell them about those fiberglass retaining mats protecting every positive plate for longer battery life. Tell them that in recent tests based on SAE life cycle standards, Autolite Stay Full batteries gave 70% longer average life than batteries without Stay Full features. Well, wherever you go, Hap, take along an Autolite Stay Full battery. You're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage our stars Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball in The Red-Headed Woman, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
It was quite a moment. Jose motioned with the gun for me to pick up my suitcase. And right then the door opened and the proprietor came in.
I got your note, miss. Well, what's all this? What's the gun for, mister?
Oh, it belongs to the lady. She was just showing it to me.
Oh, yeah? Well, yes. Yes, that's right. I'll take it back now.
This man bothering you, miss? Is that why you left the note?
Yeah,
I remembered my position again. I'd thought of the $21,000 in my handbag. I wanted this murderer locked up, but I didn't want to risk too much investigation.
I wasn't bothering her.
No, I just thought I heard someone at the window. And when I couldn't find you, I went next door, and this gentleman was kind enough to...
Yeah. Guess I owe you an apology, mister. But when I saw you with a gun...
It's okay. Forget it. Forget it, amigo.
Sure. Well, good night.
All right, you stand over there.
Well, I guess you must be crazy for me, eh? To lie for me like you did?
No, I'm just fond of myself. Things have kind of changed, haven't they, Jose?
Oh, you know my name, too.
I know all about you.
Really? Yes, I guess things have changed.
All right, now. That was a good idea you had before about leaving here. Come on, pick up my suitcase.
Yes, ma'am. Where are we going?
Like you said, places, Jose. Just places. Now walk quietly. My car's right outside.
Anything you say, senorita.
He drove while I held the gun. After we'd gone about 5 miles, we came to a side road. I told him to turn.
It's a pretty deserted neighborhood, no?
Yes.
Please tell me, where are we going?
Oh, you're not going very far.
You know, I wish you didn't make me leave my truck back there.
Oh, you're worried about what's in that pile of blankets, huh?
Yes, that's right. Somebody might find her. Senorita, please.
Not a chance.
Oh, look, now, why don't we talk this thing over? I think maybe we could.
I'm not buying a thing.
Well, I certainly hope you know what you're doing. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, but we're stuck in the mud.
Oh, well, that's a very fancy trick, but it won't work.
You don't believe me?
No.
Well, then get out and see for yourself.
And have you drive off and leave me? Oh, no, thanks. Come on, start the car.
But I'm telling you the truth. We're stuck in this ditch.
You better start the car, mister.
Okay. Anything you say. You see?
Try it again.
All right, but it'll only get us in deeper.
Well, what do we do next?
You're running the show. You tell me.
Okay, I'll tell you. Get out of the car.
What do I do now?
Pick up some broken branches and put them under the wheels.
Like I said, you are running the show.
No, never mind. It's too dark. I can't see you. Get back in the car here.
Well, you give up too easy. Why don't you think of using a flashlight?
I don't have one.
Well, maybe if you ask me real nice, I will let you use mine.
Where is it?
It's here, in my coat pocket. All right, senorita, drop the gun. Quickly.
It was over in a second. Before I knew it, he'd reached in his pocket and jumped behind me. I'd forgotten the most important thing of all. I hadn't searched it. I could feel the gun against my back.
Now you're going to get into the car. Hurry.
Yes, sir.
Now you will drive for a while, no?
But I thought we were stuck.
That is exactly what I wanted you to think. Good, eh? Start the car. You know, senorita, you should have searched me before we started.
Yes, I've already figured that out.
Yeah.
But this whole thing is kind of new to me.
Oh, come on. Let's quit the kidding. You know, I think you would have been very surprised if you would have searched me. You know why?
Nothing would surprise me.
Oh, I think so. Because you wouldn't have found any gun. Only this.
A flashlight.
It feels very much like a gun against your back, doesn't it? Especially when you're very frightened.
Look, let me go. I swear I'll never bother you again.
You won't bother me. Not where you're going. You won't bother anyone. Drive a little faster, please.
I drove for several miles without saying a word. Then I took a chance. I speeded up to 60, then jammed the brake to the floor.
Oh!
Jose's head banged against the windshield. He dropped the gun. I grabbed it almost before it hit the floorboard. Now, out again, Mr. Finnegan. We're going to change seats.
Oh, my head. That was very smart, baby. Very smart.
Almost as good as your flashlight gun trick,
It's better. Your trick wins. Oh, well. What goes now?
We're heading straight into El Paso Police Department.
But, baby, you can't do that.
Why can't I?
Because it's too foolish. And the senorita is not a fool.
No, the senorita isn't. That's why you're driving straight to El Paso and the police.
Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say. I certainly hope you know what you're doing.
Yeah, the senorita has learned a lot in the last few hours. Drive carefully. He shrugged his shoulders and settled back behind the wheel. I decided I'd been needlessly concerned about the police. After all, no one knew I had the $21,000 in my handbag. No one even knew it was missing. When I handed the police the man they were looking for, they wouldn't bother about me. They would accept my statement that I was just a secretary on my way to Mexico for a vacation. As we entered the outskirts of El Paso, I switched on the radio and settled back to enjoy it.
And now our Texas roundup of the latest Texas news. Texans who expect quick and speedy action when it comes to lawbreakers in our state won't be disappointed when they hear the outcome of the bank holdup and killing of a guard in Abilene 2 days ago.
What? What's that?
Be quiet,
Culprits,
listen.
Manuel Milani, a non-Texan, and Betty Murphy, a red-haired Californian, were apprehended today in Big Spring, only 61 hours after their spectacular holdup of the 7th Bank of Abilene. Both freely confessed to the crime. The bravery of our Texas...
Hey, wait a minute.
You wait a minute. Stop the car. Now, I don't believe it.
Neither do I.
You don't? All right, then. Who was it you killed?
Me? I didn't kill anybody.
Oh, stop it. It was your accomplice. I heard the argument, and then you killed her, and then you...
Oh, you're crazy.
What do you mean I'm crazy? Right this minute, there's a red-haired woman dead in the back of your truck.
What the... Oh. Oh, Oh, boy, that's a good one. You know, you're right. You did hear an argument, and you did see me put a red-haired woman in the trunk.
She was dead.
Yes, that's right. She has been dead all her life.
She's...
The argument, as you say you heard, went something like this.
Half of the money, it is mine, Jose. I don't think you had better forget that. If you do, you will be sorry, very sorry.
You are wrong, Carmencita. I will not be me that is sorry.
You couldn't get by without me. No, not even for 1 week. Not 1 week.
For heaven's sake. A ventriloquist.
What do you mean, a ventriloquist? I am the best. Jose Lopez, the great.
Oh, what a relief.
Your relief. What about me? I thought the whole time, here I am traveling with a criminal.
Me? How could you think that I was a...
Why not? You got the red hair, you're wearing the green suit, just like the description. Hey, listen, there's only one other thing that is confusing me.
What's that?
How come you carry such a big bankroll? All these thousands of dollars in your purse.
Well,
Yes?
Well, you... Oh, what's the use? I might as well tell you the whole story. And you know, I found myself doing it. And Jose explained to me how silly I'd been to ever try such a thing. And then it struck us that it was still only the 13th of the month. So we drove back to Kansas City together. I put the money back, and the payroll went off just like it always does. And oh, that Jose. He's so cute and so wonderful.
Hey, baby, come on. Hurry up with that dinner, will
Yes,
you?
Jose, dear.
Hey, what are we going to eat tonight, baby? And it better be something good, you know. A husband can testify against his wife.
Same as usual, amigo, baby. Enchiladas with tacos and hot sauce.
Yum,
and
yum,
chili
yum.
with tamales.
Suspense, presented by Autolite. Tonight's stars, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz.
Lucille, I heard your radio show last Friday night.
Like it?
Sure, swell show.
Mind if I get in?
Of course not, Desi.
I warn you, Desi. Harlow will try to sell you an Autolite Stay Full battery.
Oh, me, I'm sold already. That's just what I was going to tell Harlow. His product is terrific.
Why, thanks, Desi and Lucille. Autolite Stay Full batteries are, as Desi says, terrific. They need water only 3 times a year in normal car use. Yes, sir, their extra liquid load above the plates as compared to ordinary batteries helps lick a leading cause of battery failure. Autolite Stay Full batteries are just one of more than 400 products Autolite makes for cars, trucks, planes, and boats in 28 plants coast to coast. These include complete electrical systems used as original equipment on many makes of America's finest cars and trucks. Batteries, spark plugs, coils, distributors, starting motors, bullseye sealed beam headlight units. All engineered to fit together perfectly, work together perfectly, because they're a perfect team. So, folks, don't accept electrical parts supposed to be as good. Ask for and insist on Autolite, original factory parts at your neighborhood service station, car dealer, garage, or repair shop. Remember, you're always right with Autolite. Next Thursday for Suspense, Burt Lancaster will be our star. The play is called The Long Wait, and it is, as we say,
a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Tonight's Suspense play was produced and edited by William Spear and directed by Norman MacDonald. Music for Suspense is composed by Lucien Morawek and conducted by Lud Gluskin. The Red-Headed Woman is an original play by Nancy J. Cleveland. Lucille Ball will soon be seen co-starred with Bob Hope in the Paramount picture Fancy Pants, and may be heard in her own Jell-O show, My Favorite Husband, every Friday night over most of these same CBS stations. In the coming weeks, you will hear such stars as Burt Lancaster, Mickey Rooney, and Lana Turner. And don't forget, next Thursday, same time, Autolite will present Suspense, starring Burt Lancaster.
You can buy Autolite Stay Full batteries, Autolite resistor spark plugs, Autolite electrical parts at your neighborhood Autolite dealers. Switch to Autolite. Good night.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Who was the first to conquer space? It's incontrovertible that the first to conquer living space is the Castro convertible. Who conquers space with fine design, who saves you money all the time, who stops in the convertible line. Castro convertible.
If you'd like furniture that combines beauty, comfort, and utility at an amazingly low price, then the place for you to go is Castro. At Castro, Route 9, a half mile south of the Latham Circle, you'll see the world's largest and most beautiful display of convertible furniture. There are hundreds of exquisite sofas, love seats, and sectionals, ranging from early American and French provincial to ultra-modern. Each converts to the most comfortable bed, and each is priced amazingly low because Castro is America's largest manufacturer of convertible furniture, selling direct to you. Please remember, you cannot buy a Castro convertible anywhere but at a Castro showroom. Castro, Route 9, a half mile south of Latham Circle. Open evenings. Radio 59, WROW. First on the dial, serving Albany, Troy, and Schenectady.
And now, another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
In medieval times, in order to tell a tale of unmitigated horror and suspense, troubadours had to tell of the doing of witches, of werewolves and ghosts. But today, all that's changed. With the coming of science, nobody believes in werewolves anymore. And beside our electronic computers and nuclear energy, the shades of ghosts pale and fade. The setting of tonight's story is here. The time is now. And the most important member of the cast is you. Remember that. Remember that, then, as we listen to Tonight at 5:55 by George Bamber.
Chairman, something I'd like you to consider before we proceed any further.
Marine?
Yes, sir.
What time do you have?
17:30 hours, sir.
Make that read 17:32 exactly.
Yes, sir.
Take up a position of guard outside the door and lock it. No one is to enter or leave this room for the next 25 minutes under any circumstances. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Silence, gentlemen. Quiet, please. Quiet. We have a very urgent matter before the committee. One which we must make a recommendation on as quickly as possible. I have in my hand an official communique that just came over the wire 5 minutes ago. In effect, it is an ultimatum. They have given us 30 minutes to surrender or be destroyed.
What?
This is it, gentlemen.
What are you talking
We either
about?
surrender or die. This is the showdown. According to this cable, either we agree to throw ourselves open for occupation, or they promise to unleash a barrage of intercontinental missiles such as the world has never seen. As it stands now, we have less than 21 minutes and 30 seconds in which to decide what to recommend to the executive. Our time runs out at 5:55.
I don't believe it.
There it is. Read it for yourself.
Let me see that. It's true. I still don't believe it.
Gentlemen, this is of essence. Time. We must decide what we're going to do and do it quickly.
Have our forces been alerted?
Yes. The executive office issued a top priority alert as soon as the wire came in. At this moment, all available aircraft are taking off armed with missiles carrying nuclear warheads. At our missile bases here and overseas, crews are standing by ready to go into countdown. Of course, everyone thinks it is a routine practice alert to avoid panic. But they are fully armed and will attack in earnest the minute he gives the word, should we recommend it.
Then by all means attack. Attack now while we still have a chance.
Mr. Williams, this advisory group was formed because the decision to attack was considered too grave a responsibility for one man to take upon himself. If we recommend attack at all, it will only be by common agreement. Yes, Dr. Harris.
I hesitate to point out that any such attack without first being attacked would be against policy and tradition.
Their wire is essentially the same as an attack.
A mere telegram is hardly the same thing.
Dr. Harrison, the days when one nation assaulted another by throwing an army at the coastline are over. In modern warfare, a nation can be completely wiped out in 30 minutes. We must attack now while we have the ability.
May I point out that some reports indicate that they have a missile superiority of 3 to 1.
Reports have been wrong before.
But if they are right and we fire 100 missiles and cancel one of theirs for every one of ours, that would still leave 200 missiles for them to answer with.
I'm not talking about sheer number of missiles. I'm talking about bases. The more bases we destroy, the fewer missiles they have. I know of cases where they have as many as 20 missiles stockpiled at one base.
Suppose we knocked out a base for every one of our missiles. Reports indicate they still have twice as many launching pads as we.
Intelligence is not infallible. I personally can recommend several occasions in the last war when they grossly exaggerated.
Well, I believe they're more reliable than your anecdote.
Please. Now, this cannot degenerate into a mere clash of personalities. If we're to decide anything, it must be done quickly and without emotion. Mr. Tice, do you have anything to add to what's been said?
Yes, I wonder if I might use the phone.
Why?
I'd like to call my wife. She's in Washington, and it is most certain to be one of their key targets. If I warn her now, she could jump in the car.
I'm sorry, no.
But in 20 minutes, she could be well clear of the blast area.
Mr. Tice, I have been instructed to keep this information within the confines of this room, for the simple reason that others would feel exactly as you. Each person would have one other he wants to tell. In no time, the highways would be jammed with speeding cars. And in the panic to escape, the traffic fatalities alone would be incalculable.
But this is my
If
wife.
it would make you feel any better, Mr. Tice, I could have had my own family in a plane headed for another continent. But I resisted that temptation. We're all in this together.
Aren't you going to tell the people?
They will be told in time.
But they must be told now. All they want is a chance to escape.
You can't escape nuclear warfare by running.
Some of them could. Maybe not all, but some of them would.
Gentlemen, surely you're not so distraught that you've forgotten the basic facts of nuclear warfare? Certainly some will escape the immediate blasts. Most of those living in the more desolate parts of the country will. But they will still have to survive radioactive fallout. The only ones who will survive both blast and fallout will be the ones with underground shelters. And there will be 20 minutes from the time the first missile appears on our early warning screens until the first impact. Plenty of time to warn the people with shelter to go to it and not give panic any more time to wreak destruction than it already has. Gentlemen, the people will be warned. Shall we proceed?
All those people just sitting there, waiting.
My wife. My poor wife.
We have exactly 17 minutes until 5:55. Shall we proceed?
In just a moment, we will return for the second act of Suspense.
Do you have an air conditioner? Do you have a forced air furnace? If you do, you need to change filters regularly, twice a year at least. When you change, get new Fram Permachem-treated air filters. New Fram, F-R-A-M, Permachem-treated air filters. A revolutionary new development of the world's leading filter manufacturer, these new Fram air filters trap and hold more dirt, dust, pollens, and other airborne irritants than ordinary filters. But even more important, they are the only filters which contain Permachem, the permanent germicidal chemical which kills 99+% of all germs trapped. Keep the air in your home hospital clean with new Fram Permachem-treated air filters. They're guaranteed by Good Housekeeping magazine. Ask your dealer for the brand new Fram change-it-yourself filter kit that fits all room air conditioners, or have your serviceman change filters for you.
I still say attack now while they don't expect it. The more we destroy now, the less they can hurt us later on.
The American people will authorize the use of their armed might for nothing but retaliation.
If we don't attack now, there can be no retaliation.
We'll have plenty of time before the missiles arrive.
By that time, it won't matter anymore.
Gentlemen, please, gentlemen. And we're not going to accomplish anything with heated argument. Before we became embroiled, I believe Dr. Harrison was speaking.
Thank you, Ed. Gentlemen, I believe there's one question we've lost sight of in all this argument, and that is whether they have any intention of attacking us at all.
What? Well, of course they do.
We have the paper right here.
We have a cablegram that came over the official wire, no more. Now, since that time, there's been nothing but silence, no confirmation, nothing. I, for one, seriously doubt if they have any intention of launching a full-scale nuclear attack on us now or ever.
Completely irresponsible. Gentlemen, please. Let Dr. Harrison finish.
Before we worry about a nuclear Armageddon, we must first ask ourselves, what do they want? Now, the answer is obvious: world domination. The next question is, if we stand in the way, why didn't they send the missiles instead of the note? Again, I think the answer is obvious. They want to capture us, not destroy us. Here, we must ask ourselves, what profit a man to conquer the whole world if he lose his own soul?
What are you driving at?
Yes, Dr. Harrison, please be brief. We have only 14 minutes and 22 seconds.
Well, suppose we don't surrender, and they carry through with their threat. What would happen? Now, it is estimated that it would take a total of 300 IBM and intermediate-range missiles to put us out of action. Do you know what that many megatons of nuclear explosives would do to a country of this size? Population centers would be heaps of concrete and steel ash. A huge cloud of radioactive filth would blanket the earth, dropping out thousands of tons of radioactive death, killing off what little population we had left, polluting the hills and streams and even the grass, so that this great nation, the world's most productive and richest consumer market, would become a radioactive wasteland. A dark continent where even the natural resources are inaccessible.
We are all well aware of the effects of radioactive fallout.
Yes, but that's only what will happen if we sit here and do nothing. But we know we won't do that. As soon as the first enemy missile breaks over our horizon, we will unloose a missile to answer it. The 300 will be multiplied by 2, making 6, possibly 7 or 800 thermonuclear explosions. The cloud blanketing this country will have a sister cloud over theirs, and the 2 radioactive clouds will drift eastward, raining death and destruction as they go. Gentlemen, an all-out nuclear attack would mean suicide to them as well as to us, and they have no intention of committing suicide.
And why do they send the cable?
Because they're gambling. I consider this cable to be no more than a bluff, as if this were no more than a huge international poker game. And they're trying to get us to fold without calling their hand.
We don't have to call. We know what they've got.
Yes, but we're not sure what they're going to do with it. That's what they're gambling on. I say if we stand pat, ignore their ultimatum. When 5:55 comes, the only thing that will happen will be a routine reopening of communications and perhaps an official apology for the inexperienced clerk who created the cable for a joke and sent it by accident.
Preposterous. This is international politics, not poker.
Yes, the stakes are higher. They're gambling that they can capture the most powerful nation in the world without risking a single man, without firing a single shot.
Now, just a minute. Suppose what you say is true. How do they know that their cablegram won't jar us into the very thing you say they want to avoid, a panic retaliation?
We haven't yet.
That doesn't mean we won't.
That's the safest part of their gamble. To do so would be suicide. The odds that we will commit suicide are about 50 million to 1.
I object to having something as serious as this reduced to the level of mere chance, a simple game of suicide or survival.
But there, the odds are only 5 to 1. They're natural gamble.
Oh, this is preposterous.
Gentlemen.
This is a waste.
I'm moving.
Gentlemen, please. Now, whether you agree or not with Dr. Harrison's theories concerning their motivation in sending this cable, I think you must agree with one thing, his estimate of what we will do in the present circumstance. To order a nuclear attack before we are sure we are under attack would not only be out of keeping with American tradition, it would be suicidal. The moment the first missile breaks above our horizons, we will have no recourse but to answer that attack. But until that moment comes, we can only watch and wait and be prepared. If there's no further objection, I will phone the executive office of our recommendation.
Yes, sir?
This is advisory 1. Put me through to command at once.
Yes, sir.
In a moment, we will return for the third act of Suspense.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. Winston's easy drawing too. The flavor comes right through to you. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
A modern filter? Sure, Winston has it. But that's only the beginning of a Winston. Up front, up where it really counts, Winston packs exclusive filter blend. Light, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. Filter blend. That's why it's fun to smoke Winston, America's best-selling filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
What time is it? 5:46 and 45 seconds.
What do you suppose they're doing?
I don't know.
Mr. Chairman, if you please, I'd like to be with my wife.
I'm sorry.
But what more good am I here? We've already made up our minds. If I leave now, there's still a chance that I can get to her.
We'll know what is going to happen at 5:55. You can leave then. Not before. Yes?
Monitoring stations overseas report negative, sir.
Nothing.
All stations went off the air 25 minutes ago.
How about the overseas radio service? Have they got any news report?
I don't know, sir. Let me check that.
They're definitely up to something.
We knew that when we got the cable down.
I say we must attack now.
Hello, sir.
Yes? Quiet, please. Go ahead.
Overseas radio service off the air.
Do we have any intelligence reports at all?
I don't know. I'll have to check and call back.
Very good.
How much more evidence do you need? They've captured the entire continent. It'll only be a matter of moments before they begin their attack on us.
The silencing of ORS means nothing. It could be nothing but a precautionary measure on our part. I'll turn on the monitor. That'll keep us in constant touch with our Mid-Continent Operations Center.
Early warning systems report negative. Satellite monitoring report negative. All skies are clear. Stand by for further information.
There, you see?
Yes, the calm before the storm. I demand that we do something stronger than merely recommend. If necessary, we should supersede executive authority and take matters into our own hands.
Mr. Williams, the command to attack can come only from one man, and it will be taken only from him. I'm sure that he will give no such order until the first missile breaks over our horizon. Until that time, I suggest you sit down and wait.
In just a moment, we will return for the concluding act of Suspense.
Thirsty people everywhere prefer ice-cold Pepsi-Cola. And because it's light, it refreshes without filling.
Charlie, be sociable.
I am, Kay. Pepsi is a favorite of thirsty people from Maine to Hawaii, from Alaska to Florida.
Charlie.
It's perfect for parties or picnics, so serve Pepsi to your guests.
That's helpful, but...
This is the sociable part. Keep plenty of Pepsi ice-cold and ready. Remember, it goes fast because everybody likes Pepsi.
Singing still sounds more inviting. May I?
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
But singing doesn't say, pick up an extra carton of Pepsi today. Better yet, get a case.
You do that.
The mathematical probability...
There's no time for mathematical probabilities. This is war.
There is no war until the first shot has been fired. And that has not happened. And if it does happen, I'm sure we will be the first to be notified. Yes?
It's your wife, sir.
You know better than to put through a call like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but she said you left orders to be called at work no matter what. It seems it's your granddaughter's birthday, and you gave her permission to call you on the telephone. 45 seconds to signal.
Very well. Put her on.
Grandpa?
Hello, Patty.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
No. Happy birthday, Patty. Today's your birthday. Is Grandma there?
Yes.
30 seconds to signal.
Well, look, Patty, Grandpa's very busy now. Would you give Grandma a kiss for me and then hang up?
Yes.
Goodbye, Patty.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
15 seconds.
Anything new?
The sky is clear on all horizons.
Well, all we can do now is watch and wait. And hope.
10 seconds to 0. At the signal, it will be 5:55 exactly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Suspense. You have been listening to Tonight at 5:55, written for Suspense by George Bamber. In a moment, the names of our players and a word about next week's story of Suspense.
Are you all out of tune because you're irregular? Then help yourself get back in tune with Kellogg's All Brand. You'll feel right on pitch when Kellogg's All Brand goes gently to work. Relieves constipation due to lack of bulk by supplying your system with bulk-forming whole bran. Yes, a daily bowlful of Kellogg's All Brand with milk helps put you right back in tune. The natural way. The good-tasting way, too. Fact is, Kellogg's All-Bran is the one brand cereal that combines proved effectiveness with appetizing taste and crispness. It never gets mushy in milk. So remember, if constipation's a problem, gentle it away, as millions do, with Kellogg's All-Bran. The good food way to keep regular as clockwork. ALL-BRAN. Kellogg's All-Bran. At your grocer's.
Heard in tonight's story were Louis Van Rooten as the chairman, Ralph Camargo as Harrison, John Gibson as Tice, Whitfield Connor as Williams, Bob Reddick as Stinnis, Larry Robinson as the Marine, and Francie Myers as Betty. Listen again next week when we return with One More Shot by William N. Robeson. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. The latest news follows, then Have Gun Will Travel on CBS Radio.
Good evening. This is Richard C. Huttelet with news analysis. Easter Sunday is an odd time indeed to note the birthday of Nikita Sergeyevich Khrushchev. But there he stands, 66 years old today, a reality with which this generation must cope. He has set himself up in competition with the Christian ethic. In place of redemption through sacrifice, which is perhaps the central tenet of Christianity, Khrushchev advocates satisfaction through obedience. Even those who are sure that eternal religious values will prevail and that communism is a passing thing find themselves compelled to meet its challenge in much of their daily existence. That this should be so is due in large measure to the little man who now begins a new year of life. Nikita Khrushchev has pictured himself as one who has grown to fit the office he holds. Certainly, there was no visible aura of greatness around him when I worked in Moscow shortly after the war. Even traveling around the Ukraine, of which he was then boss, one saw him as no more than a tough, competent administrator. What was not apparent immediately when he rose to the top after the death of Stalin was the degree to which he contributed to his own success. He was no intellectual giant to command respect as a Marxian theorist, nor was he an old revolutionary. Khrushchev was an ice-cold, practical politician who had clawed his way to the top. He had learned how to fight, to intrigue, to wait, and to survive, and that is the man he is today. When theory suits his purpose, he spouts theory, like self-determination and coexistence. But he drowned the Hungarian rebellion in blood and applauded the Chinese doing the same in Tibet. In moving to the top, he condemned Stalin's personality cult and preached collective leadership. Then he picked off his opponents one by one, Malenkov, Molotov, Kaganovich, Zhukov, Bulgani, until he is now the sole ruler of the Soviet state. Stalin could hold Russia in check through the weight of his prestige and the cruelty of his police machine. In his last years after the war, the Soviet Union became an outcast among nations. Its foreign activities were naked terror, bloody purges in Eastern Europe, the Berlin blockade, the Korean War. At home, it was stagnant, over-centralized, muscle-bound. When Khrushchev took over, he could not have continued Stalin's policy even if he had wanted to. As a practical man, he had to ride the forces of change that burst out all over. And this he has done, following no ideological formula, but only his healthy instinct for power. Russia needs more food, so he took a gigantic gamble in plowing up 90 million acres of virgin land where rainfall is uncertain. He liquidated the state's motor tractor stations and gave the peasants the incentive to produce. He decentralized industry to slip off the straitjacket of top-heavy planning and dissolved the old internal empire of the secret police. He has appealed for the support of the growing technical and managerial class, given it a slogan and an effort that appeals to pride, patriotism, greed, and ambition. Catch and surpass the United States. Khrushchev does not tolerate political freedom, much less opposition. He has the means of iron control. But his hand is not as heavy as Stalin's, and he has given his people a razzle-dazzle show of success. His Sputniks led man into space. His 7-year plan has the economy booming, even providing more consumers' goods. He has organized the satellites in a rational economic system and embarked on a long-range program of penetration in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. He turns crises on and off, arranges trips around the world, and sets the terms on which a summit conference convenes. Today, at the peak of his career, unrestrained by any constitutional checks and balances, unhampered by political opposition or public hostility, he is probably the most powerful individual in the world. Alert, shrewd, resourceful, bursting with energy, he is also a ham actor and a stage manager par excellence. These are the qualities with which he has seized the initiative in the Soviet Union and in his dealings with the West. It is not that he has a superior creed or even that he necessarily follows a communist doctrine. His advantage stems largely from the confusion and lethargy of his Western opponents, particularly where Christian peoples have found it convenient to abandon Christian principles and where the Easter message of sacrifice as the means of redemption falls on deaf ears. This is Richard C. Hottelet, recorded in Washington.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
Don't save once, save twice. Don't pay more, pay less. Get your king-size deal right now at King Cadillac Oldsmobile, 809 State Street, Schenectady. Here's how to save twice. Buy a new 1960 Oldsmobile at King Cadillac Oldsmobile and you buy it for less. Trade your old car at King Cadillac Oldsmobile and you trade it for more. It means double savings for you. Buy your new 60 Oldsmobile right now and King gives you a book of 12 lubrication coupons. That's a year's free lubrication for your new King Olds. King Cadillac Oldsmobile makes it oh so easy to own the Oldsmobile you've always wanted. You pick the King credit plan tailored just for you. Save 2 ways right now and get those free lubrication coupons. King Cadillac Oldsmobile with new Cadillacs, new Oldsmobiles, and 75 tested used cars at 809 State Street, Schenectady. Open daily till 9, Saturdays till 6. It's a king-size invitation for you.
Radio 59 WROW, the news station for the Tri-Cities.
Autolite and its 98,000 dealers bring you Mr. Paul Douglas in tonight's presentation of Suspense.
Tonight, Autolite presents the exciting report of one man's efforts to prevent a national tragedy. It is based on fact, with only names and places changed. The story is called Man Alive. Our star, Mr. Paul Douglas.
Hello, Harlow.
Hi, Hap. Boy, you're sure loaded down.
Thanksgiving shopping, Harlow.
Turkey?
Check.
Cranberries?
Check.
Spark plugs?
Check. What?
Check the spark plugs, Hap. They always have to be in top shape so that your engine will give you smooth and economical performance. And there's no better time than now to have them checked by your nearest Autolite spark plug dealer.
And suppose he finds them as gone as Thursday's turkey, Harlow?
Why, Hap, if they're worn out or wrong for your style of driving, your Autolite spark plug dealer will replace them with a set of world-famous ignition-engineered Autolite spark plugs, either standard or resistor type.
Sounds like a great idea, Harlow. Where do I locate my Autolite spark plug dealer?
Why, Hap, just phone Western Union by number and ask for Operator 25. She'll gladly tell you the location of your nearest Autolite spark plug dealer. And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite presents Man Alive, starring Mr. Paul Douglas, hoping once again to keep you in suspense.
You may have seen the name, Man Jackson.
I run a column of saucy chat and unimpeachable rumors in the San Francisco Express under the heading, what else? Man Overboard. It's got little paragraphs, you know, man among men, that's the sports section, and man's best friend, so forth. Well, beginning today, I've got a new department called Man Alive, just because I'm so lucky I am. Last night, I let my secretary off at 5:30 so she could go and do some Christmas shopping, although I've told her repeatedly that all I want this year is money. Well, the fog was rolling in off the bay, and it was bitter cold as I came out in the street, so it seemed like the night for a spaghetti dinner and some pleasant Italian hospitality down at Mama Caruso's restaurant on the Embarcadero opposite the ferry building. But Mama Caruso had more than hospitality on her mind when she met me at the door.
Oh, Mr. Jackson, I'm so glad to find you. I'm just calling your office.
Oh, what's the trouble, Mama? Somebody been stealing ravioli?
Please. It's my cousin Tony. They tried to kill him.
Oh, what happened, Mama?
Come on, Mr. Jackson. I'll make Tony tell you. He does not feel so good, but he can talk all right. You gonna see.
She led me to the back of the restaurant, the table where the family generally sits. The family tonight was a man, small to start with, but even smaller, hunched down in his chair, miserably staring, unseeing, into a glass of wine. On the table in front of him was a battered old concertina. The top of his head was swathed in a clean new bandage.
Sit down, Mr. Jackson. Go on, sit down. This is my cousin, Tony Colucci. Tony, it's my good friend, Mr. Man Jackson.
Hello, Tony.
Hello.
Go on, Tony. You tell Mr. Jackson what's happened on you.
Well, I'm on the boat.
Yeah, what boat?
The ferry boat, the Oakland ferry boat. Don't you never hear my music on the boat?
Oh, you play the concertina on the ferry ride.
Sure. But no more. Tonight they tried to kill me.
Well, you play pretty well, don't you, Tony?
I play perfect. What's the matter? But some people don't like it, I guess. Tonight, on the 6 o'clock boat... Oh, boy.
Tonight on the 6 o'clock boat, what?
Well, I play inside the first by the sandwich place, and everybody say, oh, boy, Tony, you good. You play good. Play some more. 10 cents here, 5 cents, 2 quarters even. And then I go upstairs. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
And then I go out on the deck. It's a very misty and foggy. It's black. I can't see nothing. I'm very happy. I feel like I play some more. So I walk away back and open down the deck and I make music. Then all of a sudden, I hear somebody say something to me. I can't see nobody, but I hear him. And what do you think he said to me?
Bravo, Tony?
No.
I have no idea. What did he say?
Yeah. What?
He said, Cospador.
Cuspador, as in barrooms?
Cospador. Well, so I say back on top of him, Cospador. I still can't see nobody, so then I hear him say, is that you play Boris? So I get mad. I say, no, I don't play Boris. I play Pagliacci, Butterfly, Platosca, Trovatore, but I don't play Boris. That's a foreign stuff.
Yeah, I see. Then
I'm sorry I said that, because this fellow, he sounds like he's a foreigner. So I'm just going to say, look, mister, and oh, boy.
Yeah, what, Tony, what?
Patoing! I get a hit on the head. Ting-a-tong-a-ting. I fall down. I'm bleeding. I drop on my concertina. My head got a big hole on the top. I let out a big yell, and then I black out. Oh, boy. People come running around, and a good luck. There's a doctor on board. They carry me downstairs, and they fix me up. Otherwise, I'm going to die for sure.
Yeah. And you never saw the guy?
Okay. No, I never saw.
Well, what did it feel like? I mean, what did he hit you with?
Well, it feels just like a baseball bat. But the doctor, he said that... Oh, look. He said the doctor now. He just come in. Hey, doctor!
The doctor looked in our direction when Tony called and strode over to the table. A big 6'3" blonde guy in the Joel McRae, Gary Cooper tradition. You had to like him right away. No bedside manner to this doctor, although he could have had as much of it as he liked, but he was all business and no kidding.
But I told you to go to bed and stay there.
Well, Doc, I just told
you may have a concussion. I'll be back in an hour, and then we'll take some x-rays.
My name is Man Jackson, Doctor. I'm a friend of the family.
Ames. Dr. Oscar Ames. How are you?
Dr. Ames, mister, can I get you something to eat?
No, thanks. Smells wonderful, but I haven't time. I'll have a cup of coffee, maybe.
Sure. Mr. Jackson?
Yes, please, Mama.
Doctor, you want to make Tony go to bed?
Go on now, Tony. You lie down. I'll be back and we'll check you over. Get some rest in the meantime.
But all right, my Dr. Hems, I don't know, X-rays and the whole thing. I don't know how I'm going to pay you.
Never mind that. That's why we charge our Nob Hill patients a little extra. So we're able to do something like this once in a while. This will be on me, Tony.
Oh, you're good kind of man, Doctor. I don't know what to say.
No, you go on and lie down, Tony. You're embarrassing the doc.
Okay.
It's a screwy thing, this one, isn't it, Doctor?
Sure is.
This is your coffee, gentlemen.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah, it sure is. Homicidal maniac, it looks like, Mr. Jackson. Man Jackson, are you the columnist, man overboard?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I read you all the time. Amusing, intelligent, and you've got a heart. Isn't it a little unusual for a columnist?
Well,
Say, what is all this tonight down here? Newspapermen, police?
Police? How do you mean police?
Well, I think they were police. 5 or 6 plainclothes guys. They were waiting here on the side when the ferry pulled into the slip. They're still there holding the boat. I just left them.
Now, what were they doing?
Oh, they're talking to all the passengers as they come off. Asked us for identification. They took one passenger away with them.
Oh?
Red-haired girl, carrying a package, a paper parcel.
What did they think about Tony's little experience, getting knocked on the head?
Oh, they were mighty interested, naturally. Especially when I told them how I thought the wound had been inflicted.
Which was?
Gun butt.
Gun butt, eh? Well.
I'd say so. Hey, I gotta go. Take that dreary ride again.
What, the ferry?
Yeah, I've got a patient over in Oakland. Had to come back over here to pick up some serum. Well, nice to see you, Jackson. Tell what's his name, Tony.
Well, wait a minute, Doc. I've got nothing to do. I'll ride over with you. We crossed the street, went into the ferry building. Everything was normal enough in the main waiting room where I stopped to buy cigarettes and a pocket flashlight. But outside on the dock where the Oakland boat was waiting to take off, there were a number of extra characters whom you wouldn't think would have chosen a dismal, chilly night like this for waterfront lounging. There wasn't anybody I knew, and in any gathering of plainclothesmen, local variety, I generally spot 1 or 2 familiar faces. But Dr. Ames and I got aboard, followed by 3 of these gentlemen. The broadest one, who was built for endurance, exchanged pleasantries with us as the boat moved out into the water.
Hello, Dr. Ames. I see you didn't miss the boat. Like the old saying.
No. Oh, you're one of the fellows I talked to before when we landed.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think I got your name.
Connolly.
This is Mr. Jackson.
Yeah?
Would that be Lieutenant Connolly or Sergeant, maybe?
Just Connolly, no special title. How's the little fella doing, Doctor? Colucci.
Tony? He's under care.
He, talk anymore? Say anything interesting?
I didn't talk to him. Mr. Jackson here did.
Oh? Really?
Really?
What do you have to say?
Well, you see, I'm an old friend of his family. What he told me was in confidence, and I'd really have to know a little more about who I'm telling his secrets to.
I see. Jackson, your name is?
Still is.
Nice to meet you, Gospodin.
Господин?
Means nothing to you, huh?
It might. Yeah, it might. Господин sounds like another word. Somebody might think you said cuspidor.
It's very funny. You going to stay out here on deck?
Well, we haven't made up our minds. Is that okay?
Ought to go inside. Have a little coffee at the snack bar. Comfortable. Ride's over before you know it. Out here, it's foggy, wet, and miserable. Well, I'm going in. I'll see you later. Goodbye, Doc.
Well, maybe he's right. Although I must say he's not my favorite man in the world, Mr. Conley. It is strictly pneumonia weather out here on deck. Shall we go in?
No, not just yet for me. I think I'll stretch my legs a little. Dr. Ames, where was it that Tony got conked? On the upper deck, I know, but which side?
We've turned around now, starboard. Just about directly above where we're standing. Yes, right about there.
Doctor, don't point. Our friend Conley and his boys are on their way out to see us again. No, they went back in.
You think they're as mysterious as they seem?
Oh, definitely that. You know what made them turn back just now? Decide it wasn't necessary to check whether we were still here?
No, what?
Our cigarettes. They can't make us out here. It's too dark, but they can see 2 lighted cigarettes. I'd like to get up there on that upper deck.
Looking for tomorrow's column, huh? You want to get up there and nose around where Tony was, is that it?
Well, that's the idea, but those
I've got
in
it.
there...
Hand me your cigarette. I'll smoke them both a yard apart. When they check, we'll both still be here.
Masterful thinking, Oscar.
Go ahead. I'll be here.
So I trod the slippery stairs to the upper deck. The fog was as wet as rain. I couldn't see any more than inches ahead of me with my flashlight. I stopped about amidships and looked down over the rail. Dr. Oscar Ames and his 2 cigarettes, tiny red dots of light, were almost directly beneath me. I turned back from the rail, and my foot squashed into something that sounded like an eggshell. I bent and picked it up. It was a mother-of-pearl ornament like the ones Tony's concertina were covered with. A sudden noise over my head made me shoot my light up. A piece of canvas had suddenly ripped loose from the top of a lifeboat. Well, I got up there somehow and looked. The canvas had been ripped open with a knife, a hole large enough for a man's body to get through, and that's what was in there. A man's body. He'd been stabbed in the neck. This was the man who had slugged Tony, or so it seemed, because the gun was still clenched in his right hand, the barrel reversed. Well, my flash caught a speck of something white in one of his shoes. There was a bit of paper with 2 typewritten lines on it. I let myself down to the deck and prepared to read the note, and that's when my flashlight went dead. I groped about until I found a faint, ghostly glimmer of light overhead, out over the edge of the ship on the outside rail. I climbed over, steadied myself, and lit a couple of matches. It said International Postcard Shop, Geary Street, SF, greeting card for Boris. I put the bit of paper in my pocket and turned to climb back over the rail, and then something came at me from the back. It caught me full in the center of the forehead, and I fell crashing over the side. They tell you a lot about what you remember when you're going down for the 3rd time. You know what I remembered? I remembered that Господин is Russian for comrade.
Autolite is bringing you Mr. Paul Douglas in Man Alive. Tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Well, Hap, let's talk turkey.
Okay, Harlow, gobble away.
Well, I say give the bird to worn-out spark plugs and replace them with a set of ignition-engineered Autolite spark plugs. Like the amazing Autolite resistor spark plug, for example.
You can really crow about that, Harlow.
Yes, sir, Hap, because the Autolite resistor spark plug is the greatest advancement in spark plugs for automotive use in the past 20 years. You see, the Autolite resistor spark plug has something extra, and that's the exclusive Autolite built-in 10,000-ohm resistor. Because of this exclusive extra, Autolite resistor spark plugs give you such outstanding advantages as smoother engine performance, quick starts, and double life under equal service conditions. And the Autolite resistor spark plug is only one of a complete line of ignition-engineered Autolite spark plugs for every use. So see your Autolite spark plug dealer soon. And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Mr. Paul Douglas in Elliot Lewis's production of Man Alive, a dramatic report well calculated to keep you in suspense.
I found myself mechanically keeping afloat somehow and trying to get out of my overcoat. From out of the misty blanket, from every direction, in a dozen different keys, from near and far, foghorns sounded. I floated on my back trying to figure where I was. I was somewhere in San Francisco Bay, and that was all I knew. The water was chilling me, and I turned over and began swimming, just hard enough to keep the blood circulating. The lights of a boat came into sight suddenly, and I threw back my head and yelled, but the horn crying its warning drowned me out, and the boat went on, and the fog closed in behind me. And then I found myself full of a strange, wonderful weariness. The water wasn't cold anymore. I was warm, with a comfortable, soothing numbness. My head stopped throbbing. There was no feeling at all in it now. There was nothing anywhere. And then some lights came into my eyes, and I wanted to stay in the dark, and I turned my face down into the embrace of the water. And then I wasn't where you'd expect at all. I was lying on a baggage truck that was moving. People were crowding around, walking beside the truck, staring at me. The guy in uniform wheeling me noticed I had opened my eyes.
Well, hello, pal. Welcome back to the United States.
Well, hello. What part of the United States?
Just landing in Sausalito. Laceville. We're taking you over to the hospital.
Sausalito? How long before that boat goes back to San Francisco?
Leaves right away.
Well, I'm going with it.
Hey, wait there. You ain't in no condition.
Thanks. I'll be okay. Half an hour later, shivering and shaking in my wet clothes and keeping my mouth clamped tight so my teeth wouldn't sound like a dice game, I climbed into a taxi at the ferry building and went to my apartment. There, I swallowed a half a pint of whiskey, rubbed myself with a coarse towel until my skin was sore. Then I looked in the pocket of the soggy suit I'd hung up to dry. It was still there. The piece of paper from the dead man's shoes, damp but legible. International Postcard Shop, Geary Street, SF. Greeting card for Boris. I got up to put on a dry suit, and then I changed my mind and put the wet one back on.
Good evening.
Good evening. Are you the proprietor here?
That's right, sir. 6 years at the same location. Oh, my goodness, is it raining out? You really got it.
Dousing, yes, I did. A nice collection of postcards. Oh, from all over, eh? South America, every place.
I pride myself on having the most complete possible selection. Was there something you had especially in mind?
Yes, there was.
Oh?
I'm looking for a greeting card for Boris. You... What's the matter? Didn't you hear me?
Yes.
Didn't you understand then?
Well,
what?
It's only that I didn't exactly expect somebody like you.
What did you expect? Somebody slinking around in a false mustache, wearing dark glasses and an Inverness cape?
Well,
you know, your type of thinking, you may not be the right man for this job. Господин.
Oh, now wait, please, Mr. Lubov. I thought you were dead. You drowned.
Yeah. Who told you that?
Well, you know.
Yes, well, I didn't drown. I jumped in the water when I heard him coming. You can still see how wet I am.
Oh, of course. So you escaped.
Easily. Now, enough talk. Hand it over. The greeting card for Boris.
Very well. Let's see. That's San Francisco, of course.
He turned and reached his hand down under the counter and came up with a box marked special. From this, he extracted something and handed it to me. I took it with a knowing expression on my face, but I didn't know from nothing as to what it meant. All it was an ordinary postcard, that's all. A picture postcard showing the Golden Gate Bridge. Underneath it, the caption, Wonder Cities of the World, number 2512355679, San Francisco. Nothing else. I'm afraid my mouth was open.
Well, what's the matter?
Matter?
Don't you know how to read the name? It's so difficult, of course.
Idiot. Certainly I know how. I was just admiring the work, that's all.
Oh, it is excellent, isn't it? You better go now. You've been in here an awfully long time. We don't want...
No, of course we don't. I'll go, Господин.
Господин. I'm sorry to have been overly cautious.
There is no such thing as over-caution.
Oh, thank you. You were so, well, you seem like an American.
So do you. I strode out into the street, clutching my postcard, but I shoved it inside my sleeve a moment later because who I saw standing under the misty glimmer of a streetlight waiting for me was my heavy-set, mysterious friend from the ferry boat, Conley. I turned my head around and glanced down the other end of the block behind me. The other two guys were there, sure enough. They advanced slowly toward me with their hands raised, palms out, as if they were showing me they weren't carrying guns. I waited. Then all of a sudden, Conley rushed me. I caught him on the chin, and he went down, clattering into an ash can. The other two boys grabbed me and held my arms behind me. Conley got up, rubbing his face. I waited to get murdered. But no.
All right, Joe Lewis. Bring him along.
And so they did. We didn't go far, just around the corner to a little hamburger place that had a sign in the door saying closed, although there were lights inside. Conley knocked on the door, and a fellow with an apron came and opened it and locked it after us. Conley gave him a nod, and we sat down at the table while he brought us coffee.
Well, Jackson, we've checked on you. You seem to be okay. You stand in good with the department, friend.
What department would that be, friend?
This department.
Huh? Government. Oh.
Now, maybe you can help. Anyhow, we don't want you going around making a noise and messing it up for us, so here it is.
I'm all ears.
Ever hear of a man called Boris Kargamensky?
No.
Well, not many people have, even in Russia. Boris Kargamensky is the top Soviet agent of America. He's the head man. He organizes and runs everything for him here.
I see.
Now, he came to this country 7 years ago and vanished. We've been trying to find him ever since. False passport, of course. That didn't help. There's nothing anywhere on Kargamensky. No pictures, even in Russia. No fingerprints, nothing. Every lead we had, dead end. And then last week... Well, go ahead, drink your coffee.
No, it's all right. I'm too interested.
Last week, we heard that another agent, an important little guy named Lubov, was on his way to San Francisco and that he would definitely have to contact the big gun, something to do with the Chinese war business that only Kargamensky's big enough to handle. Well, our man tailed Lubov all the way out here and then lost him at the Oakland ferry. That didn't bother us very much. He called us and we were waiting on this end. But in pulls the ferry and no Lubov.
Lubov was the dead man in the lifeboat.
That's right. Must have been up there waiting to be contacted.
Now, he heard Tony and his concertina, thought that this might be it. Then when he realized he'd made a mistake and uncovered himself, he conked Tony on the head.
Right. And his Soviet contact got scared and stabbed Lubov. So now we're back where we started. Every passenger on the ferry was okay. What's that you're looking at?
A picture postcard. I found a message on Lubov about the International Postcard Shop and a greeting for... Hey! A greeting for Boris Kargamensky.
Hey, let me see that.
I bulldozed the guy into the shop into letting me have it. It looks like nothing, just a picture, but he said I could read the name.
Golden Gate.
Now, give me it. These numbers. Wonder Cities of the World, number 25123567. Wait a minute.
What?
Well, print out the guy's name, Boris.
B-O-R-I-S.
Leave a space.
Yeah. K-A-R-G-A-M-E-N-S-K.
Now put numbers there. Wait a minute now. The top number's 9. All right. Now put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over Boris.
Yeah.
Then start again. 1, 2, 3 up to 9 over Kargamensky.
9. Yeah. All right. Now
let's see the postcard. 25123567. Okay. What's 2?
2 is O.
5?
S.
O-S. Now, Kargamensky. 1.
K.
2. 3.
A-R.
O-S-K-A-R. Oscar. Well, I guess we know the rest of it. 5, 6, 7, 9. A-M-E-S. Ames, correct?
Correct.
Oscar Ames. Dr. Oscar Ames.
What?
I was just thinking. He was worried about me catching pneumonia. I called Mama Caruso, and from what she said, we knew where to go. We picked him up at the emergency hospital. He was just finishing the operation on Tony's head. We watched him through the glass, and the other young doctor standing alongside of us said he was one of the greatest surgeons they'd ever seen. When he unrolled his gloves and took off his operating mask, he looked up and saw me, alive, and the other boys with me. His scalp tightened for just a second, and then he smiled. It was when he reached into his bag that we rushed him before he could get the little red bottle to his lips. Well, that's about it. I made the morning edition okay. On page 18, under my usual slug, Man Overboard, by Man Jackson, they did a cute thing. Under Man Overboard, it said, he really is. See page 1. And on page 1, with a byline, was the story, just as above. Complete with a photograph of Dr. Oscar Ames. A clean-cut, smiling, confident, typically American fellow. The caption said, Portrait of a Spy.
Suspense. Presented by Autolite. Tonight's star, Mr. Paul Douglas.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for Autolite, world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment. Autolite is proud to serve the greatest names in the industry. They are members of the Autolite family, as well as are the 98,000 Autolite distributors and dealers in the United States and thousands more in Canada and throughout the world. Our family also includes the nearly 30,000 men and women in 28 great Autolite plants from coast to coast and Autolite plants in many foreign countries, as well as the 18,000 people who have invested a portion of their savings in Autolite. Every Autolite product is backed by constant research and precision built to the highest standards of quality and performance. So remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
Next week, the story of two men who could really talk, a young man and an old man. Naturally enough, they were liars. They also happened to be bank robbers. The story is based on fact and is called The Big Heist. Our star, Mr. John Hodiak. The program will be heard on Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis, with music composed by Lucia Morley. Man Alive was written for Suspense by William Spear. Featured in tonight's cast were Jeanette Nolan, Jay Novello, Fred Mackay, William Conrad, and Joseph Kearns.
Paul Douglas will soon be seen in the RKO radio production Never Wave at a Whack with Rosalind Russell.
Remember next week, Mr. John Hodiak in The Big Heist.
This Thursday, Americans give thanks for all our blessings and especially our liberties. The Autolite family sincerely wishes you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Autolite and its 96,000 dealers present Suspense. Tonight, Autolite brings you the story of a man who would live as long as he kept talking. Tell you why I shouldn't die. Starring Mr. Richard Widmark. Hi, Hap. Spring fever?
Yeah, Harlow. I just can't get going.
Well, too bad you aren't Autolite Stay Full battery, Hap. The battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use.
Some starter, eh, Harlow?
You bet, Hap. Thanks to its rare, right, and rugged pep and power. And what's more, it gives longer life, as proved by tests conducted according to accepted life cycle standards.
You mean that, Harlow?
I sure do, Hap, because the Autolite Stay Full has fiberglass retaining mats, protecting every positive plate to prevent shedding and flaking, and preserve the power that's packed into that paramount provider of perfect propulsions.
You sure pepped me up, Harlow.
So, friends, see your neighborhood Autolite battery dealer and ask him for an Autolite Stay Full battery, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use. And remember, you're always right with Autolite. And now with Tell You Why I Shouldn't Die, and the performance of Mr. Richard Widmark, Autolite hopes once again to keep you in suspense.
All right, Nat. Make you a pitch. I got time.
Charlie, it's good to see you, Charlie. How about a drink?
Is that the best you can do? You with a big mouth offer me a drink? Haven't you got a pitch to hand out? Are you pure as the driven snow and everybody else is wrong? Oh, come on, sell me a big order, Nat. Because I got time. Plenty of time. I gotta wait till the cops get here, don't I, to make everything perfect for you. We got lots of time, Nat.
Now, listen, Charlie.
Oh, that's no routine. Please, Nat, give me the routine. Make me mad, real mad.
Charlie, you're a friend of mine. For friends, I haven't got a routine.
You always got a routine, Nat. You're a pitch man. Pitch.
All right, Charlie. You've come in here to kill me. You got a gun, you stand there, the gun's pointing at my head. Everything's just dandy. You're going to kill me. And why? Because you claim I broke up you and your girl. I ruined your life. And before you die, you're going to kill me. But you're not sure. You're not sure you got all the facts. You're not sure you didn't get everything twisted up. The fact that you're not shooting ought to be proof that you're willing to listen to a little logic and a little reason, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. Now, Charlie, I want you to go back a few weeks. Back to that night when you and Eileen were in her dressing room. Sorry to bust in here, kids, but there's a little thing I'd like to take up with Eileen. You don't mind, do you, Charlie?
No, I don't mind. I'll be in the wings, Eileen.
Eileen, I just got a couple of tickets to the roulette on 5th. Swell bunch of new acts.
Not tonight, Nat.
Look, their act leaves in a few nights. You're going to be working. Now, if you don't go tonight, you'll miss it. And show business is your racket. You ought to be up on all the new things that come around.
But I promised Charlie we'd maybe go to a movie.
Baby, I'm not going to woo you tonight. I'm not out to escort you, man and dame. I'm merely posing a professional problem. Do you or do you not want to catch the greatest new act that ever was put on a stage?
Sorry, Nat.
Okay, that's the final word. But you know how you wanted to see Elmira Shue and the 4 Laughs.
Are they playing?
Last night, Saturday.
All right, Nat. I guess it wouldn't hurt this one night.
Atta girl.
I'll be ready at 7:30.
6:30, we'll snag a meal.
6:30 then.
Swell. See you tonight, honey. Now, it's true, I took her out. Just a second now, Charlie. Put that gun down for a second. Finish. Yeah, that's it. You see, it was a purely professional evening as far as intention is concerned. However, that does not alter the fact that something happens between a man and a woman. I'd be a fool to tell you I didn't feel a great deal of affection for her that evening. I did. But it is also true, my friend, that it takes 2 to make a romance. Eileen came along very nicely. Now, let me ask you something, Charlie. Would you want a girl as your wife who was as susceptible to romantic pressure as Eileen was? Can you honestly and truthfully and with any sincerity say yes to that question? The answer's obvious. Of course not. To continue. After the show, I took her up to her place. We had a drink. She turned down the lights. She turned on the radio. She did, mind you. I just sat there. And she came over, sat down next to me.
I feel guilty, Nat. Guilty as sin. Why did you lie to me about that act being at the roulette?
What's the difference? You had a good time. Well, I feel guilty.
Well, you know, Charlie, all alone.
You love him?
I think so. I'm almost sure. I just want a little time.
Eileen, you're kidding yourself.
How do you mean?
You don't love him. You never could love him. He hasn't got any class. He used to be a fighter. He's got a crease in his schnoz. You're miles above him.
He's gentle and he's sweet. He's kind.
Look, you talking about a man or a house dog?
More than that. I never met anybody like Charlie. He worships me. He'll do anything for me. I mean it, Nat. He actually worships me.
Unhealthy.
I don't know.
Look, would you indulge me for a moment? Strictly for demonstration.
Depends. What?
I'm going to put my arms around you. Like this. Okay, so far so good. Now, if you're the kind of girl I think you are, this is the first time you've had another man's arms around you for a year. Ever since you've been going with Charlie. Don't say anything. Don't want to hear a thing.
What now?
Kiss me.
Nat, you're the greatest pitchman on the island.
I beg your pardon. This is strictly demonstration. Kiss me. Fine. Now, I've been frank with you. I want you to be frank with me. Was that A, better? B, worse? C, similar to Charlie? Don't answer right away.
It was better. Oh, Nat.
Eileen, you don't want Charlie.
No.
You want me.
Yes.
You want me more than anything else in the world.
Yes.
Eileen, I'm nuts about you.
Oh, kiss me.
Now, Charlie, would you consider me a well-adjusted individual if I went into that apartment and failed to make love to Eileen? Would you believe me if I told you I tipped my hat, said goodnight at the door? Certainly not. Now, I could lie to you, Charlie. I could hand you every story in the book. And what would it get me? A bullet through my head, right? Right. Therefore, you're going to get the truth. After that evening, after we decided we were going to get married, we went to you and informed you as to our plans. Now, could anything have been more on the level, Charlie? Ask yourself that. And then I sent her out. You remember our conversation at that time. I'm going to break your neck. Hold that, Charlie. Now, you listen to me. Eileen and I are in love. We've been in love for a long time. We're going to get married.
You work your spiel on you and your fast talk. I'm going to shove that fast talk right down your throat.
Charlie, sit down. Have a drink. Calm down. Now, you want to suffer? Living your life with somebody who could never love you?
She told me she loved me.
She told me. She told you. She didn't know herself. She was trying to let you down easy, Charlie. Now, it's tough. It's very difficult to accept the news. I know. I've had it myself time after time. But, Charlie, a little pain now is 1,000 times better than a lot of pain later. Agreed?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to tell you, Charlie, that you almost made a big mistake. That girl is not for you. She never was for you. Eileen is a showgirl. Why, if I told you... Listen to me, Charlie. I happen to be the same kind of no-good type that she is. I am. That's why we go well together. I'm nothing but a Coney Island pitchman. That's all I am, a nothing, a nobody. But you've got something, Charlie. Something called heart. No, Charlie, you're way too good for our kind.
I can't understand. I can't understand it. I had it all figured out. You mixed me all up. Nat, is it true, all those things you said about her?
Every single word. Charlie, we're too old to lie to each other. We've been friends too long.
I never knew. I never knew.
Now, don't worry, Charlie. The right one will come along. I'll be there to give my blessings. All the luck in the world, Charlie. You're a great guy. Much better than we'll ever be.
Thanks, Nat. You're all right.
We went to Reno to get married, as you know. Now, I could tell you she ran away with somebody else. I could tell you she decided not to go through with it, but nothing of the sort was the case. I left her in Reno. And why? Because I suddenly realized I wasn't really in love with her. You see, the night before, I happened to meet this girl at the bar of the Doorwick in Reno. This other girl was your type, Charlie. And all the time I was with her, I said to myself, you ought to bring this girl back for Charlie. This is the girl for him.
$9:30.
Thanks. Another drink?
No, I'd better get going.
At 9:30?
I'm supposed to meet somebody.
You just got your papers today, right?
Yeah. I'm a free woman as of tonight.
Then who you running to meet? Another entangling alliance? What's the point? Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Oh, this is just friendship.
Mm-hmm. That's how it begins. But you'll be worse than the other one.
What about you?
Me? You don't have to worry about me.
Because of that girl you're with?
My sister.
Oh, sure.
That's right.
Oh, I really have to get going.
Yeah, sure, I understand. Go make a fool of yourself again. Are you busy tomorrow night?
What did you have in mind?
Nothing spectacular. Just me. 6:30, a ride, dinner, see Nevada.
It's a date.
So we traveled around. Sure, I knew she had money. I'm no fool, Charlie, but you can't buy affection for money. That's one thing you learn in life. She'd have to have more than money as far as I was concerned. And I was as honest as anybody could be with Eileen. I sent her home to you. To you, Charlie. The fact that she didn't go back to you had nothing whatever to do with what I told her. So believe me, Charlie, when I got back to New York, I was the most surprised man in the world when you came up to my place and gave me that piece of information.
Nat, you gotta help me, Nat.
Oh, you look terrible.
No, look, Nat, I didn't know what I was doing. I saw her. I was like a madman.
What happened?
I heard she was coming to town, so I waited for her, and I followed her home, and I did it.
Did what?
I killed her, Nat. I took my gun, and I killed Eileen.
Autolite is bringing you Mr. Richard Widmark in Tell You Why I Shouldn't Die. Tonight's production in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Say, Harlow, what rhymes with June besides moon?
Soon, Hap. And that's when you should see your neighborhood Autolite battery dealer for an Autolite Stay Full battery, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use.
The sooner the better, eh, Harlow?
Right, Hap. Because the Autolite Stay Full has over 3 times the liquid protection of batteries without Stay Full features to guard against one of the greatest causes of battery failure. That's why the Autolite Stay Full needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use.
And it's got other protection, too, Harlow.
It sure has, Hap, because the Autolite Stay Full has fiberglass retaining mats protecting every positive plate to prevent shedding and flaking and give longer life, as proven by tests conducted according to accepted life cycle standards.
So get ready for summer starts before summer starts.
Yeah. And take a tip from me and visit your friendly Autolite battery dealer. He's equipped to give you the best in battery advice and service. And he's got your Autolite Stay Full battery, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use. Remember, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Mr. Richard Widmark in Elliot Lewis's production of Tell You Why I Shouldn't Die, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Charlie, when you told me that you'd killed Eileen, all the anger rose up in me. Then when I saw you as you really were, a poor, scared guy who needed help, I pitied you, Charlie, as I pity you now. And even in your desperation, I still pitied you, even though you said things that hurt. Yes, Charlie, hurt deep down here.
You made me do it, Nat. I'd never have done it if you hadn't made me do it.
Now, that's no way to talk, Charlie.
Nat, you've always been my friend. You were the one who told me about her in the first place. You've always been the best friend I had, Nat. You gotta help me.
Charlie, you're not going to like what I'm going to tell you to do.
I can't give myself up. They kill me. They try me for murder.
Charlie, there's no other choice.
There is. A friend of mine owns a boat. Now, the same friend of mine, he told me that you were going with a girl in Reno who had some money. You got some money, Nat. Give me $500.
Look, I don't know where you're getting your information, Charlie, but I went out with this girl strictly because I liked her. Money had nothing to do with it. She never gave me one single solitary cent. And besides, do you think I'd allow you to become a fugitive? Do you think my conscience would ever let me alone, knowing that I sent you out into a life of hiding?
Don't give me a pitch now. All I want is $500. You got a nice apartment. You got a silk dressing gown. Now, don't tell me you ain't got $500.
All right, Charlie. Just to show you, I've got nothing but a soft heart. This will put you on. What ship did you say?
The Marianne Frederica.
Yeah, that's right. All right, this will get you on. $500, Charlie. You don't deserve it, you know that.
Thanks, Nat. I'm sorry I talked that way.
Now get out.
You bet, Nat. I'll never forget this.
Hello, operator. Would you please be so kind as to get me the police department? Wait, Charlie. Please give a guy the right of explanation. Now, let's look over the facts. Number 1, you killed her. I didn't kill her. The man next door didn't kill her. My grandfather didn't kill her. You killed her, so that makes you a murderer. I admit very frankly that I did call the police. And why? Because I knew that if you ran away, they'd get you, Charlie. You'd be already convicted. You wouldn't have a chance. So you see what I did, Charlie? I took my life in my hands just to give you a chance at your trial, taking the chance you'd think I was a double-crosser. Oh, Charlie, when they sent for me down at the station after you'd been picked up, when I saw you sitting there, those lights on you, your shirt open and the sweat and your hair disheveled, when I saw that, Charlie, I cried. You didn't see that, did you? Well, I did, Charlie. Tears were running down my face. And ordinarily, I'm not known as a sentimental man.
Recognize him?
Yes. Charlie, it's me. Nat.
You turned me in. What'd you turn me in for?
Charlie.
Does he have an attorney?
You'll have to ask him. Lieutenant, could I talk to you alone?
Sure. Come on out here.
Lieutenant, I've got a young lady waiting for me, so I've got to rush. That is, if you don't need me anymore.
Well, just a few questions.
Sure thing. But before you begin, could I make a small statement?
It may be repeated in court.
That's just what I want. Well, I went with Eileen for a long time. Took her to Reno. We were going to get married. And she came back here when we decided not to go through with it. I was going with this other girl, Barbara. We're in love. I had nothing whatever to do with the crime.
All right. What was Charlie to Eileen?
He was in love with her. He came to my apartment tonight, told me he'd killed her. He asked me for money to get aboard a boat. I gave it to him to save my own life. I saw he was desperate. Then I called you. That be all?
That'll be all for Charlie.
You see, I told him the absolute truth. I'm that kind of a guy, Charlie. Now, if you want to kill a man for telling the truth, that's perfectly all right with me. But before you pull any triggers, try to remember my testimony in court. That was the truth, too. You remember, Charlie, I tried my best for you.
And now, Mr. Driscoll, will you tell the court what your relationship was with Miss Eileen Bishop?
I certainly will. Be more than happy to. It was love. I loved her. She loved me. It was that simple. But things like that break up.
You made love to her when she was engaged to the defendant?
She made love to me.
But you acceded to her advances.
Mr. Bjornson, Eileen was a very lovely girl. But if for one moment I had even one inkling that she loved Charlie, the defendant, never for a moment would I have considered forcing myself into such a relationship.
Mr. Driscoll, you're a salesman, aren't you?
A pitchman. I sell gadgets at Coney Island.
You're a pretty fast talker, aren't you?
I plied my profession since I was a boy. My father was a pitchman.
Did you ever sell the defendant anything?
No, sir. I don't sell merchandise to friends.
On the contrary, Mr. Driscoll, you sold the defendant the biggest bill of goods of your life. That will be all.
When they sentenced you to life imprisonment, I smiled. Yes, Charlie, I was happy. I was happy because I felt maybe I had something to do with the leniency of the court. Maybe because the jury thought I'd prodded you into a murder, which, of course, was totally untrue, you know. Maybe by being a villain, I'd made things a little better for you. And then what do? Instead of making things easy for yourself, instead of being thankful for your good luck, you negotiate a break, and boom, you're out of jail. Charlie, when I heard about that jailbreak, my heart hit the bottom of my stomach. I can't tell you how I felt. I thought you'd gone crazy. Well, you had.
What are you going to do, Nat?
I got to get out of town, Barbara. He'll be after me first thing. He knows he'll never get away with it. He wants only one thing, to get me.
I can call for reservations. We can leave on the next plane.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Get out of here till I get him again.
I don't know what I'd do if anything happened to you, Nat.
Ah, you're wonderful, honey.
You get packed. I'll phone for the tickets.
No, I got a better idea. Car. We'll be free to go places.
Whatever you say, Nat. But please, let's hurry.
I was hoping so hard for you, Charlie. You'll never know. Because killing me would guarantee your death, Charlie. And I felt bad enough about the whole thing, let alone have my death be the cause of yours. What is revenge? A moment, and then the suffering begins. So Barbara and I left for the South. We got as far as South Carolina, near Charleston, where Barbara told me the news.
I just heard it on the radio, Nat. They got him.
They did?
New York City. Just picked him up.
Oh.
Darling, we're safe.
Yeah. Boy, that's a big relief. I was really scared there for a while.
It's all over now, honey.
Yeah.
We can go back home.
That's right. It's all over. Come on, let's get out of this hole. Feels good to be back, huh?
Feels wonderful.
Come here. Oh, baby, what would I do without you?
Let it ring.
Might be important. Don't move. Yeah?
Dad?
Oh, yes. Yes, Lieutenant.
Well, I got a promotion. The last time it was sergeant. Is the same one that was there last time there this time?
Well, I'm glad you got him, Lieutenant.
That's just it, baby. I was just wondering if you were still in town.
No, I'm back now that everything's all right again.
I don't know what you mean, baby doll, honey, sweetheart. If I was really the lieutenant, I'd tell you that Charlie is still on the loose and liable to show up at your place any minute.
What?
That's right. Better pack up, or they'll be packing you up. Bye, sweetheart.
So long, Lieutenant, and thanks for the information. All right.
You're hurting
What's
me.
a big idea?
What?
He's loose. He's still loose. What's a big idea?
No! Stay away from me.
You want to get me killed, don't you?
Sure he's loose. He's loose and he's going to get you, Nat. Right here.
That's a sweet trick, getting me back to town, back to the apartment.
How many other lieutenants have you talked to lately?
That was Lieutenant Day.
Stop it! I could hear her voice cracking all the way over here. For once, you're not going to talk yourself out of anything, Nat. Charlie's going to be here soon.
I'm going to call the police.
Too late, Nat. You've left town. The police didn't have anything to protect you. We're gone. This place was empty, remember?
What?
Go on, Nat. Talk. Talk loud and fast. You're going to need every word.
I'm getting out of here.
You're going to wait here till he comes.
Out of my way.
I never knew I could hate anybody as much as I hate you. Smooth, fast talk.
Shut up.
You broke me, Nat. Like you broke Eileen, like you broke Charlie, like you broke everybody you ever met.
Get out of my
He's
way.
coming up the stairs. Hear him, Nat?
Out of my way.
Talk yourself out the back way. Go on, Nat. Talk.
What? Charlie. Get out, lady. Get out of here.
You didn't get out of town like I expected, Nat. You just sat up here waiting. All right. Make your pitch. I got time.
So there are your reasons, Charlie. You see, I've told you the truth to the best of my ability. So, you see, that's the case I present to you for your inspection. Listen, they're outside. The police, they're here. Okay, shoot me and get the chair. Or else here's my offer, Charlie. Come with me and I'll help you get away. I've never stopped being your friend, Charlie, despite how you might have felt about me. I've got some money, too. Not much, but some. And I'm sure, Charlie, with my connections, we could get you out of the country. I've never lost faith in you, Charlie. And even now, during your present difficulties, I still haven't lost faith. That's friendship, Charlie. That's what I offer you, not to save my life, but to save yours. Because, Charlie, you can shoot me down dead. Right now, blow my head off. But I'll die loving you, Charlie. Loving you with my dying breath.
You through, pitchman?
Yes, Charlie. I'm through.
No dice.
Suspense. Presented by Autolite. Tonight's star, Mr. Richard Widmark.
Friends, this is Harlow Wilcox again to remind you that Autolite is the world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment. In 28 plants from coast to coast, Autolite makes over 400 products for cars, trucks, planes, and boats, including famous Autolite Stay Full batteries carried by your neighborhood Autolite battery dealer. See him soon and ask for an Autolite Stay Full battery, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use. And remember, you're always right with Autolite.
Next week on Suspense, a story suggested by actual events and starring Mr. Gregory Peck, who will tell you the truth about Jerry Baxter. Presented on Suspense.
Suspense is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis, with music composed by Lucien Morawek and conducted by Lud Gluskin. Tell You Why I Shouldn't Die was written for Suspense by David Ellis. In tonight's play, High Everback was heard as Charlie, Kathy Lewis as Barbara, and Joy Terry as Eileen. Featured in the cast were Larry Thor, Joseph Kearns, and Mary Shipp. Our thanks to 20th Century Fox Studios, who made possible Richard Widmark's appearance tonight. Watch for Mr. Widmark in that studio's forthcoming production, The Frogmen.
And remember, next week on Suspense, Mr. Gregory Peck in a tale we call The Truth About Jerry Baxter.
You can buy Autolite Stay-Full batteries, Autolite standard or resistor-type spark plugs, Autolite electrical parts at your neighborhood Autolite dealers. Switch to Autolite. Good night.
Today, many physically handicapped persons are performing important jobs in almost all fields. If you're an employer, why not check with your state employment service? Perhaps your employment problems can be solved by physically handicapped but skilled and capable workers. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.